good stuff.
You're listening to Cardinal Sports on KCXY Camden East Camden and Bearden. Brought to you by Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
This is a special presentation of Radio Works Sports. You can take us with you and listen on the go by downloading our app at yesradioworks.com. And now, your Radio Works Sports special presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Y95, where we got a
Camden Fairview baseball game going on with the Crossett Eagles. Not quite going on just yet. We're just about to get started. And not only are we live on the radio, Y95 here, KCXY, but also with the Camden Fairview Cardinal Baseball Network on YouTube. If some of you are in a position where you can flip over and check that out as well, we would love to let you listen and watch the game all at the same time. Kelly Blair here, joined by my man Jonathan Wolf. I say he joining me. Actually, I'm joining him. This is his whole magic show going on here. He's got multiple camera angles. He's got microphones. You got Troy Keith mic'd up down there. Can we get the home plate introductions
I
here?
talked to him about that. He just felt like it was probably best that we didn't do that.
If somebody misses the steal sign, we probably don't want to pick that up over the air, I'm guessing.
No, probably not. Hand drags would be in order for everybody.
I understand. So we're so glad that you joined us here today, ladies and gentlemen, as Camden Fairview Cardinals are taking on the Crossett Eagles in 8-4A conference action. Eagles come in 2-3 overall, 1-1 in conference play. They've gotten some pretty good wins along the line, I do believe, including, well, they lost to Ouachita Christian High School, but did get a big win over Monticello. They got a win over Junction City as well, 10-3 earlier in the year. 8-5 was the win over Monticello. Lost, to El Dorado, 10-0 and 12-0 to Magnolia, so took a couple on the chin here as of late. That means they're hungry and looking for a win here today, Jonathan.
Well, absolutely looking for a win, but they're going to face a tough Cardinal team that is on a good roll, 2-0 in conference, starting things off 4-1 on the season. Winning a non-conference yesterday against Genoa Central. In their last two games, Cardinals have pretty much handled things early and been hitting the bat well, getting on base a lot with walks. So, they're going to be a tough battle tonight here at Camden Yards, but Camden Fairview's ready to play.
Absolutely. You mentioned 4-1 overall. Got some good wins. Got a good win over Whitehall to start the season before dropping the 12-5 game to Lakeside. That's the only loss on the season for Camden Fairview at this point, and have reeled off wins against Warren and Genoa Central. The biggest thing, they are 2-0 in conference play and certainly want to keep that going here today. Jeffrey Neal will take the mound for the Cardinals here this afternoon. He's had a pretty good season all the way around. As they're doing starting lineups right now, Jeffrey Neal has pitched 9 innings on the season. Both of them had 2 starts. He's 1-0 with allowing 5 hits. He's allowed 8 runs, 4 earned, walked 6, struck out 13, and hit 1 batter with a 3.11 ERA. So good arm taking the mound. And one thing about this Cardinal pitching staff, Jonathan, they are really deep. Even though they played yesterday, even though they've got another game on Thursday and another game on Friday, busy week for the Cardinals, they've got the pitching staff to handle that this year.
Well, they do, and, of course, what Coach would like to see today is Neal come out and do what he did last week and just dominate in a game, be able to pitch through the game. He pitched 6 innings last week in a win against Warren and just did a great job. So if he can get the innings out of him, it keeps everybody fresh for Thursday's non-conference game against El Dorado. And then surely Logan Robertson will be on the mound on Friday in the Monticello game, in the conference game against Monticello. So, looking for things to continue to roll as they are, but they are deep and they have the ability to pitch multiple innings.
I don't want to give away any secrets, but I saw Logan at Taco Bell after the softball game last night, and he said, yes, I'm probably going to get the ball on Friday, so I think that is the plan. Looking at the starting lineup for the Camden Fairview Cardinals, Martavius Thomas will lead things off for the Cardinals and play center field. A.J. Smith, LaAnthony is his full name, but they've been calling him A.J. We're trying to get in the habit of that ourselves. He'll play second base and bat second. Logan Robertson bats third and will play catcher today. Gunnar Branch is at third base. He's batting fourth for the Cardinals. Trip O'Hara will man first base. and bat fifth. Jeffrey Neal is the pitcher batting sixth. Carson McKinney's the designated hitter batting seventh. Kevin Fain will play right field and bat eighth, with Rashard Clardy in left field batting ninth. We'll step away for a quick timeout for the national anthem. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on Y95.
At Proctor Funeral Home, providing professional funeral services delivered with compassionate care for you and your family is our primary goal. You can be confident knowing that our experienced and compassionate staff is available every hour of every day, all year long. At Proctor Funeral Home, our mission is simple. Your feelings and wishes are our first and foremost concern. Proctor Funeral Home, serving Camden and the surrounding communities since 1868.
What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle? A combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more. Because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve?
For all your insurance needs, call Nick Tupperville at 836-7880.
Where do you turn to for advice? A spouse, a parent, a best friend? If your doctor isn't on your list, your health could be missing out. My name is Dr. Jericacia Smith. At First Choice Family Care, our concern is the health of your whole family. For a fresh approach to your health care, come see us at First Choice Family Care in Camden and see why we should be your first choice. Like us on Facebook and call 870-800-9002 for more information.
Do you feel the need to hide your smile? Do you cover your mouth when you laugh? Well, at Ladd Dental, making smiles look pretty is our business. But that's not all. Ladd Dental is for all ages. Bring in your kids and get them signed up in the No Cavities Club. And Ladd Dental can accept most insurance. There's no reason to cover your smile. Call Ladd Dental today for an appointment. Ladd Dental, 435 West Washington Street. Call 836-8944.
Car dealerships are not the same. Hi, Jim Golden with Jim Golden Ford Lincoln in Camden. The difference is we consider our customers part of our family, and families take care of each other. There's no such thing as an unhappy customer when you do business with us. And if you have a problem, we have a problem, and we're going to fix it. That's just how we do business at Jim Golden Ford Lincoln. Come see what it's like to buy from family. I'm Jim Golden, and I'll guarantee you'll like it. Come see for yourself what we say at Jim Golden Ford Lincoln in Camden, where the dealer makes the difference.
Y95.
Back at Camden Yards, where the Camden Fairview Cardinals are completing their warm-ups, getting ready to start the first inning. Crossett coming to bat as the visiting team. Stetson Bishop, the first baseman, will lead things off for the Eagles. Number 18, Jack Rice, will bat second. He's the shortstop. And Jackson Moore will definitely see an at-bat in this inning. He's the right fielder. Mason Taunton, I can't even read my own writing here. Taunton will bat fourth if anybody reaches and continues the inning from there.
Real quick on the YouTube side, we do not have our score bug up yet. Still having issues. We tried to fix that today. Did not work, so we will make sure we bring you the score and the time in the game as much as possible.
As we are underway, first pitch popped straight up. Looks like the pitcher, Neal, is going to take it himself. One pitch, one out. That's pretty effective use of pitch count right there. And Camden Fairview's got the first out of the ball game here in the top of the first. Jack Rice, the shortstop, coming to the plate. We've seen Rice through the years. I believe we've seen a Rice from Crossett. I think this is the same guy. I remember the name Jack Rice, and in my bad memory, if I remember a name, he must have played a lot. As Neal, first pitch was outside for a ball, second pitch in for a strike. As they are working very quickly. Now we got a ground ball over to first base. Trip O'Hara right there for the unassisted out. 2 away for the Cardinals on about 4 pitches by starter Jeffrey Neal.
At the plate, number 20.
Neal looking extremely
Jackson
sharp
Moore.
here early on. That'll bring Jackson Moore to the plate.
Neal's gotten better as the season's gone along. Again, he's 13 strikeouts, 6 walks. That's a much better situation we felt like it was going to be at the early part of the season, or that we saw at the early part of the season.
First pitch was a strike. Second pitch is a foul ball. That will go down for strike 2 and put Neal way ahead in the pitch count. Not a bad day for baseball. A little cloudy, not just as picturesque as it was yesterday. I know y'all had a great game going on over here as we've got a swing and a miss. Strike 3, out number 3 for the Camden Fairview Cardinals in the top of the first inning. A quick inning it was, and that'll send us to the bottom of the first. See if the Cardinals can get some offense going. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on Y95.
Ouachita Valley Respiratory Care is Camden's leading DME provider. They provide oxygen, CPAPs and CPAP supplies, nebulizers, and other equipment. Their experienced and supportive staff will work with you and your physician to obtain all required documentation for insurance. You can request OVRC as your provider of service, even if you use an out-of-town physician. Call 836-4477 or stop by 136 Garden Oaks and breathe a little easier with Ouachita Valley Respiratory Care.
Do you want to experience college in a small campus atmosphere? SAU Tech can provide you with exactly that. Campus housing, student life, new transfer and career designs, NJCAA basketball and softball, choir, cheer, and the Tech Scholars Program are all options for you. Call today and schedule a tour. www.sautech.edu or call 870-574-4558. That's www.sautech.edu or call 870-574-4558.
This hour's country brought to you by Camden Glass and Overhead Door.
Back at the ballpark where Crossett is finishing up its warm-ups here in the bottom of the first. 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals on defense. Jeffrey Neal looking extremely sharp on the mound. Got a 1-pitch out on the very first batter he faced, a pop-up back to the pitcher's mound that he handled himself. A weak ground out to first and a strikeout. As we said, good morning, good evening, and good night for Jeffrey Neal there in the first, and now we'll lead things off on the Cardinal side with Martavius Thomas, the center fielder, batting .357 on the year with 2 doubles. He's got 6 RBIs and 5 walks.
Batting center fielder Martavius Thomas.
Thomas decked out all in white. He's got the long sleeves. He's got the white gloves, and takes a pitch low for a ball. Chase Golden is the starting pitcher for Crossett. For those of you who might be familiar with some of the Eagle personnel, Thomas certainly has the speed that if he can get on base as he takes a strike on the second pitch, evens the count at 1-1. Got the kind of pitch, Jonathan, he can turn a hit by a pitch, a walk, anything like that into a triple if you're not careful.
Thomas is very adept at getting on base.
Pop up on the next pitch, however, is not going to leave the infield, but the catcher can't come up with it. Catcher and pitcher look like they had a little miscommunication. Pitcher came all the way in, almost to the dirt around home plate. The catcher lunged at it right at the very end, and Thomas is safe.
That's miscommunication on all of their parts, and nobody wanted to take charge. The pitcher came off, but he looked at his catcher. The catcher looked at him, and by then it was too late. They ruled it a foul ball, though, and I thought that's what the umpire motioned.
My apologies. I thought it fell. Yeah, I thought it fell in fair territory.
I think he's saying that the catcher was in foul territory when he touched the ball, but that's his judgment call. That's all we can give.
Obviously, that was the kind of call that it was, because Thomas is right back in there ready to go with I believe what would be a 1-2 count. Long fly ball now sent out to center field. Center fielder goes back and is able to make the catch on the run. Good piece of fielding by the outfielder there. Thomas gave it a ride, but will retreat to the dugout.
Yeah, off the bat it looked like Thomas might get it over his head, but that was a good job by Taunton turning his body and going to where the ball was going to be. Caught it on the fly and an out made.
So that'll bring Lee Anthony Smith up to the plate. They call him AJ, 385 average on the day. On the season, I guess I'm trying to say. First pitch to him is in for a strike. Right-hander from Mississippi. He's got a double RBI and 4 stolen bases on the year.
AJ's been swinging a pretty good bat the last couple of games, looking to continue on that stride as he bats here.
Excuse me, that's 4 walks, not stolen bases. As the next pitch in low is going to even the count up at 1-1.
AJ had a double yesterday, scored 3 runs. Had 3 singles against Watson Chapel on Friday.
Really good win over Genoa Central yesterday. 9-0 shutout. Curveball, swing and a miss by AJ on that one will put him behind in the count 1-2. Lady Cardinals were taking on a small school powerhouse themselves in the Taylor Lady Tigers. They came up 2-1 short after 10 innings of play. Had a lot of extra inning softball going on. Ground ball to the shortstop off of A.J. Smith's bat. Shortstop fields it, fires it over the diamond in time. 2 away for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the first. And it's up to Logan Robertson to keep things going here. Playing catcher today comes in with a .368 average, 2 RBIs, no extra base hits. Now would be a great time to get that started.
Cardinals have scored in the first inning in the last 3 games.
Slider goes outside on the first pitch for ball 1. Gunnar Branch waits on deck if Robertson can extend the inning. We mentioned Lady Cardinal softball. They're about to get underway here in just a little while, taking on the Crossett Eagles today as well. We'll try to pass that score along to you. As Robertson grounds one to the third baseman, he misses it, tried to backhand it, went right under the glove. If he comes up with it, he might have a chance to throw out Robertson. So the Eagles have had 2 misplays out on the field. This one's actually going to cost them a base runner, and that will bring Gunnar Branch to the plate. Gunnar has a .267 average with 1 double, 5 RBIs, and 2 walks on the season. We're going to get a courtesy runner in for Camden Fairview.
Now
got to take advantage of these errors.
Number 5,
try to get the runner around now. Branch up at the plate. He was 1 for 3 yesterday, I believe.
So Chase Golden rears back, fires one high and inside to Branch. He lays off of it and takes it for a ball, gets himself ahead in the count.
Richard Clardy is the runner on first.
Let's go 5.
As Branch gets a hold of one, sends it out to left field. The left fielder goes back, and makes the catch. Branch really put a charge into that baseball, but the left fielder up to the task for Crossett, and that will do it for the Cardinals. Here in the bottom of the first, we'll head to the top of the second. In a 0-0 tie, see who blinks first in this defensive battle here early on. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on KCXY, Y95, and the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network.
Firm Fit luxury vinyl flooring was developed with the idea that home is a place that you can spend time and live fully without having to worry about small messes. And Firm Fit flooring is indistinguishable from real wood or tile and is 100% waterproof. Tri-County Custom Flooring in Camden is your authorized Firm Fit dealer. For all of your kitchen and bath or remodel needs, call Jim Crutchfield at Tri-County Custom Flooring for a personal quote today. Dial 870-833-1650.
Silver Oaks Health and Rehabilitation is pleased to announce that the staff will be vaccinated for COVID-19 on December the 29th. At Silver Oaks, the staff feels this is the next step toward protecting the elders. Silver Oaks encourages you to get vaccinated as soon as a vaccine is available for you. This is how we are going to beat this pandemic. At Silver Oaks, our elders are our family, and we strive to do everything that we can to keep each and every one safe and healthy. Silver Oaks Health and Rehabilitation, 1875 Old Wire Road in Camden. Call 836-2669.
Y95.
Back at Camden Yards, where the Camden Fairview Cardinals locked up in a battle with the Crossett Eagles. 0-0 tie as we start the top of the second inning. Mason, I'm still messed up on this. Taunton.
Taunton.
Number 3. Taunton will lead things off here. Chase Golden will bat second in this inning, while Brady Holt will bat third. First pitch is in for a ball from Jeffrey Neal to start off this inning against Taunton. Neal fires another one in, catches the outside corner for a strike, evens the count up at 1-1.
The game last Tuesday against Warren, Neal lived on the outside corner of the plate and was really effective.
Next pitch is right outside the plate, low and away once again. Taunton swings and misses at it. This young man's the center fielder that chased down one pretty well hit ball already. Left fielder deserves some credit as well. Swing and a miss, strike three, out number one for Jeffrey Neal here in this inning. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Batting for Crossett.
For the lefty,
Golden,
looking pretty good out there so far. As Neal comes back inside. Now pitching against Chase Golden, his counterpart from the mound. That one's a ball to put Neal behind in the count. Working quickly, loses his hat on this pitch. Got a long fly ball out to center field, but Thomas comes in and makes the catch. F8 is an easy put out there. And again, Neal being very effective with his pitch count. Hasn't gone full count against anybody that I can remember up to this point, and has gotten a lot of 2-3 pitch outs and at least one pitch out so far today. Brady Holt, the designated hitter for Crossett, now comes to the plate. Neal goes right across the plate, attacking him right off the bat with the fastball.
Number 15, Brady Holt.
Mentioned Holt is the designated hitter, as the next one popped up out of play. Will run the count to 0-2. He's batting in place of Caden McCoy, who is playing left field for the Eagles here today. Cardinals looking to remain undefeated in conference play, 8-4A conference play that is, as Neal goes outside with another fastball. This one goes for a ball, runs the count to 1-2. Neal, though, comes right back again, working quickly. Almost lost his hat on that one, but not quite. That'll run the count to 2-2. Last pitch was high and outside. Neal's probably setting him up to bust him inside once again. Tried to go low on him, and it's fouled off. Holt will stay alive on that particular swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. 0-0 tie here early on at the ballpark. So glad everybody could join us on our Cardinal YouTube network. Swing and a miss by Holt on that one. Looked like the strike was dropped, but they'll throw over in plenty of time. Third strikeout for Jeffrey Neal, and he looks super sharp so far, John.
He does, brother. He's at 18 pitches now and not allowed a base runner, looking very sharp on the mound for the Cardinals as we go to the bottom half of the second inning.
Sounds great. We'll be back after a quick timeout here on KCXY 95.3 FM and the Cardinal Baseball Network.
Do you need a new pharmacy? Then let Morrison's help. Transferring your prescription is easy at Morrison's Pharmacy because they're not just a pharmacy, they're a family. 2 locations to serve you, so call today. 1286 Highway 4 Bypass in Camden. You can call 836-8132. Also located in the Washita Valley Family Clinic. 353 Cash Road. Call 836-2727. Drive-through available at both locations. Remember, transferring your prescription is easy, so come on over to Morrison's Pharmacy today.
Hi, here are your 3 fish sandwiches. Have a supersonic day.
Thank you.
Is this Alaska pollock that we're eating?
Yes.
I know that Alaska is a very dangerous place.
Why?
First, the ostrich. Second, you mess with that ostrich.
It's Alaska, not Australia.
My man.
The fish sandwich, 100% Alaska pollock topped with creamy tartar sauce on a brioche bun. Only for a limited time at Sonic. See menu for details. For a limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Y 95.
Back at the ballpark where Camden Fairview will look to break a 0-0 tie against the Crossett Eagles. Trip O'Hara coming to the plate for the Cardinals. He'll be followed by Jeffrey Neal and Carson McKinney. Kevin Fain will bat after that should any of the first three guys extend the inning. O'Hara comes in with a .375 batting average. I believe that leads the team. Has 2 doubles as well. Takes the first pitch for a strike in this particular at-bat. Has 3 runs batted in and 2 walks. Plays a pretty good defensive first base at the same time. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball right down the middle. Dribbled back to the mound. Pitcher comes off of the hill. Fields it, throws over in plenty of time. 1-3 is the putout for the Cardinals. And got to give it to Chase Golden. He's not striking them out like Neal is or Nolan Ryan or anything, Jonathan, but he's pitching pretty effectively.
He is, other than a couple of errors, one that put a base runner on. He's pitched a very nice game.
At the plate,
but we're not quite through the order yet. Here comes Jeffrey Neal. He's hitting a good bat.
.250 average. Does have 5 RBIs, a double, and leads the team, I believe, with 9 walks. First pitch is in for a ball.
Yeah, Neal's done a good job of getting on base, has walked a lot, and that will set up bottom half of the order if he can get on here.
Mentioned Carson McKinney will bat third. He's on deck. Next pitch comes in. Big swing and a miss by Neal on that one. He looked like he was swinging for Chittister on that particular one. Thought he found one picked out. Evens the count up at 1-1. Golden now has his sign, goes into his windup, strike over the outside corner from the left-handed Neal. Runs the count to 1-2. Crossett defense is pretty much set up straight away, maybe a little, outfield's a little slanted to Neal's power side. Next pitch outside for a ball. Trying to get Neal to chase that outside pitch. He wouldn't bite. Runs the count to 2-2. Flags are flapping in the wind just a little bit. I don't think just a whole lot to help things out too much, as the next pitch is way high for a ball. Way out of the zone, that is. Catcher still able to handle it. That will run the count to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Bottom of the second. Neal watches the next one go in, and we talked about his good eye. There's another walk to add to the total, Jonathan.
Get him on base. That'll bring up. That should bring up Carson McKinney.
AJ Alsobrook, courtesy running.
Well, they have made a change on us. Alsobrook coming up to the plate to bat.
Yeah, made a change on us. Fain, no, this is
right fielder, number 12,
Kevin Fain coming to the plate. Alsobrooks on base, first base running for Neal.
Oh, my bad. Misunderstood. Still, I've got wrong batter up.
This is Kevin Fain.
So the first pitch comes in for a ball. Alsobrook takes off, running for Neal, and immediately steals second to put himself in scoring position with just 1 out.
Thank you.
So Michael Sewell will be batting next. Next pitch comes in, long fly ball out to left field, but the left fielder comes over in the gap, played it well. Great jump right off the bat, and that will retire Fain. Fain put a good swing on it, and again, off the bat, looked like it might be right in the gap there, Jonathan, but Crossett's already shaded over in that direction. Left fielder didn't have to go just super far, and was right there to make the catch.
He was playing in a good position.
10, Michael Sewell.
So now it's up to Sewell to try to get Alsobrook here in and break the 0-0 tie.
As Chase Golden checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball comes in. That one's going to fall right inside the right baseline. Alsobrook comes around third. He will score easily. Now they've got Sewell hung up in between first and second. Dives back into first and will make it. So great piece of hitting by Michael Sewell. got an RBI out of it, held to a single, but
that's his first hit on the varsity squad. A good job right there of hitting. Just drive it down the line. You got the speed of Alsabrook out on second base. He was going to score easily, and the Cardinals go up 1-0 here in the bottom half of the second inning.
That'll bring Rashard Clardy to the plate. So now Chase Golden behind. Let's see how the young man deals with a little adversity. He fakes over to first and gets Alsabrook to dive back in. Not Alsabrook, that's Sewell. Clardy's got a .250 average on the season with 2 doubles, 8 RBIs. First pitch to him is low for a ball as they continue to pay a lot of attention to Michael Sewell over on first base. Catcher even faked a throw over there. And that's good for Clardy because they're paying a lot more attention to Sewell, it looks like right now, than they are to him. Martavius Thomas moves to the on-deck circle for the Cardinals as Crossett continues to look over to first base. Looks Sewell back. A lot of cat and mouse games going on between the mound and the first base bag right now.
It's good to see Sewell on base. He's had a couple of errors that have cost the Cardinals in early games, and good to see some positive action there. And hopefully he can move around the bases.
As we got a line drive right to the shortstop. Unfortunately, that's going to do it for the Camden Fairview Cardinals. Clardy, again, pretty decent swing on it, but right at the opposition. And that will put the Cardinals down in the second inning, but not before they push one run across, and we'll head to the top of the third frame. Cardinals on top 1-0. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network and Everybody's Country Y95.
Medland's Metal Roofing offers a variety of colors to match current home design trends and create the look you've dreamed of. A metal roof protects your home and it's energy efficient. It's also beautiful. With concealed fasteners that provide added beauty and weather tightness, Medland's has everything you need. Make your home beautiful and energy efficient. Medland's Metal Roofing in Camden, 255 Highway 278 West. Online at medlandsmfg.com.
Don't let these challenging times keep you from making the best decision for your land and timber. Make sure you have faith and confidence in who represents you. Arkansas Pulpwood is that company. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7 through 8 says, "But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit." Call the experts today at Arkansas Pulpwood for all your forestry and management needs. No one knows timberland like Arkansas Pulpwood does, except for maybe Smokey the Bear.
Y95.
Back at Camden Yards, where the Camden Fairview Cardinals are on top of the Crossett Eagles 1-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. Jeffrey Neal back out for his third inning of work. He will face Max Brooks, Brock Wright, and Jalen Brown for the Eagles in this inning. Anybody reaches and extends the inning, we're back to the top of the lineup for the Eagles. Looks like they're about ready to get underway in just a few minutes over at the softball field as Max Brooks has a swing and a miss. First pitch he sees from Jeffrey Neal. Neal now gets a foul ball straight back on the next pitch he offers up to Brooks.
Neal at 21 pitches. The Cardinals in the last 3 games, their starters have been very efficient as well. Robertson went 50 pitches in a 5-inning game the other day. I was almost came back fair.
Yeah, it did. They were right down the line, and it took a little hop and a skip there. And as you said, looked like it might come back over. Trip O'Hara was right there to make sure he was going to get an out if it did. But as it goes, it's a foul ball. It was already an 0-2 count, so line up and do it all over again. Wind's picked up enough to has the flags flying in center field right now, and we got a long fly ball out to right field. They'll go back and make the catch. Did you say that was Sewell out
That's
there?
Kevin Fain.
That's Fain on that side.
Yeah, Fain's been playing right field for the last 3 games and has done a very good job. Sewell is in left field this evening. And
the batter is number 11.
But Fain has taken over in right field and really has played defensively very well.
That'll bring Brock Wright up to the plate. He's the catcher for Crossett. Watches an outside pitch go by for ball number 1. Gets ahead in the count. And Neal working quickly. Throws another one in there. Gets a foul ball off on this one. Out of play over the right field, right side fence. Evens the count at 1-1. Neal continues to work quickly. Tries to go away from the left-hander again and outside for a ball. Jeffrey not wasting any time up on the bump. He comes right back with another pitch, low and away. Strike 2 called there. Evens the count up at 2-2, and that was a beautiful pitch. Not much the batter would have been able to do with it, even if he had swung at it. Now he's going to get a ground ball, gets through the infield, right between the third baseman and the shortstop. Pretty good piece of hitting by Wright right there. Neal went outside. Neal finally put an in and out swing on it and managed to sneak it through the infield.
Call that a C&I single. It just was hit, kind of a check swing hit, but like you said, went the other way with it and through the gap over there between short and third, and he is on base.
Crossett's going to get a courtesy runner in for Wright, who is the catcher.
Number 1,
now Jalen Brown comes to the plate. He's the second baseman for the Eagles.
While we're here, Kelly, those that are watching on YouTube right now, you're looking at the home plate cam. It's the Jim Golden Ford Lincoln home plate cam. We appreciate Jim Golden Ford Lincoln for sponsoring that cam, helping us out, trying to get our quality a little better, and hopefully it'll work tonight. We had some issues last night with some internet problems, but hopefully, and right now it looks like it's working.
Jim Golden's such a great sponsor for so many. He's a Camden Fairview sponsor in pretty much all sports. Neal threw over to first, keep the base runner honest over there. Now we got a swing and a miss and a foul tip off of the catcher's mask, Logan Robertson. I think it rattled his cage just a little bit, quite literally the cage around his face. Looked like it tipped off of the bat, went right over Robertson's glove. And as we said, caught him in that face mask.
He's still smiling. Back down in the crouch.
0-1 pitch about to be delivered by Neal. Nope, he'll go over to first instead. Get the runner to dive back. Seems like it completely changes the game so often when a runner gets on base. Pitchers out there just cruising, firing them in, pumping in strikes, and then all of a sudden somebody gets on base and they can get completely distracted with it. Next pitch is down for a ball. Evens the count up at 1-1. Now Neal comes back inside, pop up, foul territory, right over to the Cardinal dugout. Going to land on the roof of the Cardinal dugout. Robertson and first baseman were both over there, Trip O'Hara. And that will put the count at 1-2. So now Brown waiting for the pitch. Here it is, ground ball right to third base. They'll go to second for the leadoff out. Try to turn 2. Throw is just a little off, but O'Hara manages to keep that long leg on the base. Great job by Tripp over there. 6-4-3 will be the double play to retire both. 5-4-3, you're right, from the third baseman. And the double play will get the Cardinals out of the inning. Send us to the bottom of the third to see if they can add to their 1-0 lead. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on Y95 and the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network.
You're listening to Cardinal Sports on KCXY Camden, East Camden, and Bearden. Brought to you by Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Everett Contracting is currently looking to fill several positions in their mowing and grounds maintenance crew. Interested applicants who are responsible, motivated, hardworking, and able to work well in a team environment should apply. All applicants must have a valid driver's license. Applicants must pass a pre-employment drug test and a criminal felony background check. You must be 18 years or older. Apply in person at 470 Highway 274 in Camden. For directions, call 870-574-0477.
Superior Floors and Design in Camden wants to remind you that spring is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. The time to plan for your home renovations and repairs is now. We invite you to stop by the showroom and see the latest designs in flooring and custom cabinetry. Choose from laminate, wood, tile, or carpet that's perfect for any room or application. Find ideas and solutions for any home project at Superior Floors and Design in Camden.
Y95.
Back at Camden Yards, where the Cardinals look to add to a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. Back to the top of the lineup for the Cardinals as Martavius Thomas will lead things off, followed by A.J. Smith and Logan Robertson. Thomas flew out to center field in his first at-bat, still facing Chase Golden. Obviously going through the lineup for the second time. Starts Thomas off with an outside fastball for a ball, puts Thomas ahead in the count. Still no score over at Camden Fairview softball field. Actually, they should just now be getting underway. Next pitch swung on, hit long out to center field, deep ball, but caught once again by the center fielder. Second time now. Thomas will record F8 in the scorebook.
If we had a warning track, that would have been on it. That was a drive right there, and the wind helped it a little bit, but the center fielder, he took a few steps back and then realized he was going to have to go a little further. He caught it and then tapped on the fence with his right hand. So big drive out to center field, just a long out, though, here to open the bottom of the third.
That'll bring up A.J. Smith. Grounded out to shortstop in his first at-bat, takes an inside pitch for a ball. First one he sees from Chase Golden here. Logan Robertson moves on deck.
Golden is pitching a pretty efficient game as well. He's 26 pitches now in this game through the 2 1/3.
No strikeouts, just one walk. Letting his defense play behind him. Now we've got a fly ball out to right field. It's going to fall in and roll all the way to the wall. Outfielder dove for it, couldn't get it. A.J. rounds second and is headed to third. They'll just now get the ball in, almost bobbled it away. A.J. thought about coming home, and they will hold him up there. So a big triple off the bat for A.J. Smith has the Cardinals in business once again.
Good job of going the other way, taking that pitch, and the defender dove for the ball, was not able to get it, went to the fence. I think somebody needs to tell A.J. not to worry about the helmet. About halfway between first and second, he made sure that helmet wasn't on. I say, just run, buddy, just run. But a big triple there to put the Cardinals in business.
That'll bring up the catcher, Logan Robertson. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Cardinals looking to add to a 1-0 lead. Curveball from Golden stays high. First pitch to Robertson to put him ahead in the count. Gunnar Branch moves to the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. And the thing about Smith over at third, he's got enough speed. He can beat out something even in the infield to possibly score. Don't know if they'll take that chance from third. Next pitch is in for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. And now the next pitch comes in, popped up, will just get beyond the infield. Second baseman goes over, calls everybody off, makes the catch. Now he'll throw home. Here comes Smith. Throw is offline. Smith doesn't even have to run, and that's the speed that I was talking about, as it wasn't very deep, but deep enough for a fast guy. And Robertson brings in an RBI.
Well, it was a good play by Coach. The second baseman having to range hard to his left. He wasn't going to be able to plant his feet and make a good throw. Had the right fielder caught that ball, that would have been a different case, but a good job of taking advantage of the situation, getting run across.
That'll bring Gunnar Branch to the plate. Bases are clear once again, but the Cardinals do lead 2-0. First pitch to Branch is inside for a ball. Trip O'Hara now moves to the on-deck circle.
Branch gave it a ride back in the first inning. Long out to the left fielder.
So Golden kick fires, delivers. Little bender comes in, pop up over in foul territory. First baseman is over there and will make the catch. F3 is how it will go down in the scorebook. That will retire the Cardinals in the third, but not before they push another run across, and will head to the top of the fourth, leading the Crossett Eagles 4-0 in this 8-4A conference contest. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network and Y95.
To rise is to increase, to grow, to reach a higher level. For over 100 years, Farmers Bank & Trust has been a staple partner in our communities, growing businesses and providing financial solutions to our friends and neighbors. We're excited for the future as we continue to grow and offer additional locations throughout southern Arkansas and northeast Texas. Farmers Bank & Trust, rising together. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Since 1978, Andy's Restaurants has been providing Arkansas with quality food and outstanding customer service. Locally owned and operated, Andy's is a fast food restaurant with that hometown feeling. Their famous breakfast menu is made up of fresh baked biscuits alongside fresh cooked-to-order eggs with your choice of juicy sausage, bacon, ham, chicken, or steak biscuit sandwiches. Andy's patrons are sure to satisfy their craving by enjoying a hearty breakfast, a classic combo, or a home-style barbecue or catfish dinner. Andy stands by its motto, quality food cooked fresh at prices you can afford.
Y95.
Back on KCXY, Y95, and the Cardinals YouTube Sports Network. Camden Fairview on top of the Crossett Eagles 2-0. As we head to the top of the fourth, Stetson Bishop will lead things off for the Eagles, followed by Jack Rice and Jackson Moore. Jeffrey Neal still out on the mound. Got him with 1 hit, 3 strikeouts to this point. And Bishop is the leadoff batter for the Eagles. Neal will start him off with the ball. Neal not only has been very efficient against the Eagles as far as getting outs, but he's done it with a low pitch count to this point too. Next one is outside for a ball, low and outside both. Runs the count to 2-0. Second time through the lineup for Neal as well. And as you mentioned earlier, Jonathan, that's always a challenge for everybody.
Oh, it sure is, and you get a little more accustomed each time you're at the plate. Neal went 3-0, throws a strike there. Needs to settle in here and just go after these Crossett Eagles.
Well, obviously he just needs to lose the hat on every pitch. He definitely seems to throw strikes when he loses the hat. Next pitch is in there for a strike 2. Runs it to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming here on the leadoff batter for Crossett. Here it is, swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 1 for Jeffrey Neal to lead off the 4th inning for the Camden Fairview Cardinals here. Trying to protect this 2-run lead. Anytime you can get a lead, pitchers always pitch better with a lead. As Neal now facing Jack Rice, he popped out to first base back in the 1st inning. First pitch to him comes in for a strike. Neal working quickly, now throws outside for a ball. Well, he lost his hat on that one, threw a ball. Kind of like talking about a guy shooting free throws. I jinxed him, didn't I? Neal comes right back, has a pop-up. Think this one's out of play. It most certainly is. Way out in the parking lot. That's going to run the count to 1-2. Neal's already struck out 4 on the day. Now we've got a base hit right up the middle, just to the right side of second base, looking out from home plate. So Crossett has a base runner going here in the 4th, top of the 4th. Looking to cut into this 2-run lead for the Cardinals. Jackson Moore, good-looking athlete, steps to the plate. This young man looks like he could be a running back, strong wing on a basketball team, run some track. First pitch in to him, however, goes for a strike. He struck out swinging back in the first inning. Runner over on first, gets a little bit of a lead. Neal checks him, now will throw over. It'll be pretty difficult to steal against Jeffrey. Being a left-hander, and he's paying plenty of attention to him over there. I don't think anybody's going to sneak up on him. Again, nice lead by the base runner, however. He's not scared. Neal comes to the plate, swing and a miss, strike two. They throw down to second and got him in time. That's a great job by Logan Robertson. Guns out the base runner trying to steal. And there's two away for Camden Fairview here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, good throw down. A good job by A.J. Smith to catch that and make a great tag for the out.
Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike three, out number three. That's going to do it for Crossett in the fourth inning here, and Camden Fairview will head to the bottom of the frame, still leading 2-0. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on Everybody's Country, Y95, and the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network.
Do you feel the need to hide your smile? Do you cover your mouth when you laugh? Well, at Ladd Dental, making smiles look pretty is our business. But that's not all. Ladd Dental is for all ages. Bring in your kids and get them signed up in the No Cavities Club. And Ladd Dental can accept most insurance. There's no reason to cover your smile. Call Ladd Dental today for an appointment. Ladd Dental, 435 West Washington Street. Call 836-8944.
Why do accidents happen fast, but claims move slow? If you're questioning your choices in auto coverage, get real answers from a real person. With a Farm Bureau Insurance Get Real review. It's simple, quick, and tailored just for you. Get real auto, home, and life insurance. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
In Ouachita County, call 870-836-6491 to speak to a local agent.
Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company of Arkansas Incorporated. Southern Farm Bureau Casualty Insurance Company. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi.
This hour's country brought to you by Camden Glass and Overhead Door.
Back at Camden Yards, where the Camden Fairview Cardinals are coming to the plate once again, looking to add to a 2-0 lead. They will have Trip O'Hara lead things off for them, followed by Jeffrey Neal. And who'd we say was coming up after that? Also, Brooke?
Nope, that would be Kevin Fain. He will bat.
I never did.
In the hole.
I've got all kinds of scratch outs and arrows pointing to where somebody should be. Kevin Fain will definitely see an at-bat in this particular inning as O'Hara, as we mentioned earlier, leading the team in batting average, 375. Coming to the plate, leading in batting average anybody who's got a certain number of at-bats. Not fair if somebody just had 2 or 3 at-bats and has a bigger batting average.
There we go.
Tripp's going to go right down third base. Line shot will get all the way out into left field. Actually will be held for a single on that, even though it was an extremely hard hit ball. And he ripped it past the third baseman. Great piece of hitting.
Tripp took the inside pitch. He saw that the whole way, and he turned on it. Good job keeping it in the line, and he's on base. Gives Jeffrey Neal a chance to move him around.
Number 2,
He'll walk back in the second innings.
His 10th walk of the season. He came in leading the Cardinals on base percentage at 684. First pitch to Neal, big swing. I think he tipped it just a little bit, got away from the catcher. Runner can't advance on the tip, however. That will put Neal behind in the count, 0-1.
Neal had a big triple. Bases clearing triple back against Warren last Tuesday. See if we can't get a hit here to put Tripp around on third, close to scoring.
Chase Golden comes to the plate, pitches outside this time, runs the ball count to 1-1. One runner on with no outs here in the fourth inning for the Camden Fairview Cardinals, looking to add to their 2-0 lead. Golden now working more deliberately with a base runner on. Checks the runner over his shoulder. Now comes to the plate. Big swing and a miss by Neal on the next pitch as well. Will put him behind in the count, 1-2.
Choke up a little, shorten that swing and protect the plate. To lefty Neal. Big hole on the right side with first baseman Holden O'Hara on.
Here's the pitch. Tipped, fouled straight back by Neal. Didn't miss it by a whole lot. It will leave the count at 1-2.
That pitch outside, Neal tried to take it the other way. That's something Coach Keith really stresses to these guys. Take the pitch the other way, back up the middle. And he attempted that, just got underneath it a little bit.
Golden checks the runner over his shoulder once again. Now comes inside. Neal puts it down the first base line. And they call it fair, right? Yes, maybe. Okay. And everybody is safe. Neal trots into first. The runner O'Hara trots into third. And
I think he wants to know what that...
The home plate umpire pointed out to the infield umpire.
And the infield umpire was standing behind the pitcher.
Yeah, that's the home plate umpire's call all the way. That's why I was a little confused on my call. We do have runners at first and third unless we get a overrule here, which would be unusual. If the ball goes over the base, it's in fair territory, and it looked like it was right there. Crossett coach isn't going to get the answer that he likes, but he will head back to the dugout, and the Cardinals will have runners at first and third here in the bottom of the fourth.
Also, Brook back on base paths for Neal. He'll run here, and I bet you he runs on the first pitch. Already has one stolen base. Very fast sophomore. Nobody's holding him on. He's gone. Oh, now he's first baseman. I was about to say, if the first baseman doesn't come over, he might as well just take off.
So Fain at the plate. Michael Sewell on deck for the Cardinals, first and third with no outs in the bottom of the fourth. Cardinals looking to add to the 2-0 lead. Next pitch is outside. Pitcher tried to cut that throw off, and it bounced out of his glove. That was near disaster for Crossett with a runner on third.
I don't think the pitcher was paying. In fact, he's pointing to himself saying that was my bad. I don't think he was expecting that throw to himself, and luckily the second baseman was there to back it up. O'Hara would have made it home easily, but now second, third, no outs.
0-1 pitch about to be delivered. It fouled off, straight back by Fain. Will run the count to 0-2. Cavan batting 300 on the year. 300 even coming in. He did fly out to left field in his first at-bat. He's worked hard to get back on the baseball field. Had a lot of injuries in his sophomore and junior year. Next pitch comes in, called strike three. Looking, Cavan started to offer at it. Didn't quite pull the trigger. And fortunately had strike three called on him. That's going to bring Michael Sewell up to the plate.
Sewell had the big hit to get the run across in the second inning. He singled down the
Michael Sewell.
right field line. See if he can't drive a couple more in here. Pitcher checking his cheat sheet in his back pocket. Wonder what it's telling him.
Throw a strike.
Maybe that's what it says, something that simple.
First pitch on the way, big swing by Sewell. They say it was tipped into the catcher's mitt, however. That will go for strike one. Runners at second and third. Cardinals looking for a little breathing room, add to this 2-run lead. Got Richard Clardy on deck. Next pitch delivered way outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the fourth.
Golden up to 43 pitches now. Now this is interesting. So the pitcher gets his cheat sheet out again. A 1-1 count. He gets his sheet there, looks over at the dugout, gets the, I wonder if they're calling the pitches that way. Huh.
So Sewell waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. Fouls this one off again. That will put him behind in the count, 1-2. I've seen a lot of baseball teams do it that way.
Well, why wouldn't you relay it to the catcher and let the catcher call it? Because here he goes. He's pulling his sheet out. Now, he doesn't take the rubber, so he can do this. He looks at it. I don't know if he got the call from the dugout or if he just knows what number he's supposed to pick.
I have no, yeah, that's what it is. They usually call out a 3-digit number, and he knows they're on, first, second, or third. As Sewell fouls another one off. Lady Cardinals, that's how they do it on every single pitch. I watched them set up right over next to the dugout yesterday for their big game against Taylor. One of the better softball games I've seen in quite a while, by the way. 10 innings.
But that's extra work on the pitcher. Let the catcher do it.
Next pitch comes in, swing and a miss by Sewell. He's down on strikes, out number 2 for the Camden Fairview Cardinals. And it's up to Richard Clardy, number 9 man in the batting order. Lined out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Little soft liner, wasn't too hard to field.
Number 6, Richard Clardy.
2 away with 2 on here in the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals would love some insurance runs here. Bounces this one in the dirt, however. First pitch to Sewell, and the catcher did a good job coming out of the old Sants, blocking it up with the chest plate, keeping it in front of him. Keep that run at third. Does put Clardy ahead in the count.
Well, you had 2 singles lead off the inning. We need to get one of these runs in.
Next pitch is high for a ball. Runs the count to 2-0. So Richard's going to have the opportunity to try to pick out a good one here, hopefully.
Clardy's due. He was 0 for 2 yesterday.
One swing of the bat could double the Cardinals' lead here on any given pitch. Golden checks the runners, comes to the plate. This one in for a strike. Clardy let that one go just a little inside, but it caught the plate. And that'll run the count to 2-1. Martavius Thomas waiting on deck if Sewell can extend the inning. If Sewell does, it more than likely means runs for the Cardinals. Next pitch in low again, unless he extends it with a walk, of course. 3-1 now our count. Coach Troy Keith's not making any signs. Nobody's having to pull out their play sheet, cheat sheet, whatever you want to call it. For the Cardinal side, it's all on Richard to try to come up with a base hit here.
See the ball, hit the ball.
3-1 on the way. Pops it up out to the outfield. Long run for the center fielder. He's going to go back and make the catch. Boy, Clardy gave it a great ride all the way out to pretty deep center field, not out to the track by any means, but the center fielder just goes out and chases it down and goes and gets it.
Taunton is a solid defender out there in center field. That ball hung up there a little bit too long. He had to run a long ways, but made a good play.
So 2 leadoff singles don't lead to any runs for the Camden Fairview Cardinals. They'll head to the top of the 5th, still leading 2-0. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on Everybody's Country, Y95, and the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network.
Ouachita Valley Respiratory Care is Camden's leading DME provider. They provide oxygen, CPAPs and CPAP supplies, nebulizers, and other equipment. Their experienced and supportive staff will work with you and your physician to obtain all required documentation for insurance. You can request OVRC as your provider of service, even if you use an out-of-town physician. Call 836-4477 or stop by 136 Garden Oaks and breathe a little easier with Ouachita Valley Respiratory Care.
At Generations Bank, serving the community is our priority. Since 1907, we have found great joy in helping our neighbors with their personal and business financial needs. For us, it's about celebrating the past and creating the future alongside you. As a people company in the business of banking, we care to know you. You'll find at Generations Bank, our strength lies in our committed and knowledgeable team. No matter your generation, we're here for you. Generations Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Y95.
Back at the old ballpark where Camden Fairview leads 2-0 over the Crossett Eagles. Stranded a couple of runners at second and third in the last half inning with a chance to expand it. But Jeffrey Neal back out on the mound, try to protect this 2-0 lead. Mason Taunton out there, center fielder that just made that big catch. I know my man Mike Fisher always talks about the guy who makes great defensive plays. Usually the next one up, he wanted to bat. Fouls off the first pitch he sees to fall behind in the count 0-1.
Well, this kid is an athlete. He's played well defensively, and laid down that bunt would have been safe. That was a nice-looking bunt, just fell a little bit foul. Neal's going to have to do his work here.
Chase Golden, the pitcher, due up next. Brady Holt coming up after that. Big swing, pop up right into the shallow outfield. Shortstop Clardy goes back, makes the catch, and that will retire Taunton.
It's been a much better played game on both sides of the ball for the Cardinals in the games we've played recently. We had a 20-1 victory last Friday. We had a 9-0 victory yesterday. A lot of errors on the other team and Cardinals as well. But today, one error on the board. It's a 2-0 game. Cardinals lead.
Chase Golden now comes to the plate. Takes a backdoor slider from Clardy for a strike. That was a nasty-looking pitch. Had a lot of velo on it. Next pitch is fouled off as Clardy continues to work extremely fast. That runs the count to 0-2. That first pitch, though, started on the plate, it looked like, to the right-handed batter, and then broke away from him. Next pitch inside for a ball, runs the count to 1-2. So Clardy looks in, gets his sign. Next pitch is outside for a ball. Evens the count up at 2-2. Clardy throwing hard, looking good. What's his pitch count at?
50. That's Neal.
The next pitch bounces off of Robertson's shin guards, it looks like. Runs the count to 3-2.
Yeah, it's the 51st pitch as we sit here in the fifth inning. One out in the fifth.
So Neal comes right back, loses him as the next pitch is outside. That will be a one-out walk for Crossett. On their number 5 batter will bring Brady Holt, the designated hitter, up. He was a strikeout victim back in the second.
Well, Crossett has had 2 base runners, but Neal has faced the minimum up to this point. Had a double play to get out of one, had a caught stealing to get out of another. Have to do it again here if he wants to stay on that minimalistic approach.
Cardinals looking to hang on to their 2-0 lead. Neal glances over at first. Left-hander comes to the plate. Strike on the outside portion of the dish. Puts him ahead in the count against Brady Holt. Holt definitely looks like he's got the power to put a charge in the baseball if he can make solid contact. Next pitch comes in, fouled off, almost straight back. Looked like it was headed possibly to the parking lot. That'll run the count to 0-2. As they're in the third inning over on the softball field, still a 0-0 tie over there. Neal glances in, gets his sign from the catcher. Checks the runner, comes back in, foul ball by Holt will keep him alive. Keep the count at 0-2. So Neal once again checks the runner, now comes back. Another foul ball. And if nothing else, Brady Holt running up Neal's pitch count, at least in this at-bat. 2-0 is our score. Cardinals would like to keep it right there in the top of the fifth. Runner goes. Here's the swing and a miss. Strikeout at the plate. Runner slides in safely on a stolen base. Crossett working hard to get a runner in scoring position, but lost the batter at the plate in the process. 2 away with a runner now at second.
Number 10, Max Brooks.
And Max Brooks, third baseman, coming to the plate. He flew out to right field back in the third inning. Brooks steps in. Neal checks the runner at
big
second.
lead. He had a huge lead back there, and Clardy came over. Neal just didn't see it, I guess, in time. He took a step off, but the runner was way off the base, and he's getting there again.
Now Neal comes to the plate, pop up in the infield. Neal calls everybody off, makes the catch himself, and that will do it. Crossett will strand one here in the top of the fifth. Cardinals will head to the bottom of the frame, see if they can get the bats going once again, try to add to a 2-0 lead. You're listening to Camden Fairview Cardinal Baseball on 95.3 FM KCXY and the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network.
Hi, here are your 3 fish sandwiches. Have a supersonic day.
Thank you.
Is this Alaska pollock that we're eating?
Yes.
I know that Alaska is a very dangerous place.
Why?
First, the ostrich. Second, you mess with that ostrich.
It's Alaska, not Australia.
My man.
The fish sandwich, 100% Alaska pollock topped with creamy tartar sauce on a brioche bun. Only for a limited time at Sonic. See menu for details. For a limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Firm Fit luxury vinyl flooring was developed with the idea that home is a place that you can spend time and live fully without having to worry about small messes. And Firm Fit flooring is indistinguishable from real wood or tile and is 100% waterproof. Tri-County Custom Flooring in Camden is your authorized Firm Fit dealer. For all of your kitchen and bath or remodel needs, call Jim Crutchfield at Tri-County Custom Flooring for a personal quote today. Dial 870-833-1650.
Why? 95.
Back at Camden Yards, where Martavius Thomas will lead things off for the Camden Fairview Cardinals, followed by A.J. Smith and Logan Robertson. Cardinals looking to add to a 2-0 lead. Pretty well played game all the way around, Jonathan. As you mentioned, not too many, only one error committed by Crossett early. But, both teams doing what they can, stranded some runners and making plays when they need to.
Crossett 1-1 in conference, Cardinals 2-0 in conference. A big matchup here as we are in the early stages of the conference season, but I always want to get that win up if you can.
Of course, we have learned that the teams will have a district tournament at the end, so the main thing that they're playing for is Thomas puts a big swing on it and is going to get a base hit. Single, he rounded first like he really wanted to try to stretch that one off into a double, but the center fielder has played really well so far today for Crossett right there, and that will bring A.J. Smith up with no outs, 1 on for Camden Fairview to start this 5th inning. Cardinals right here at the top of the lineup today. Right now is probably the time to get something going.
Number 4.
Thomas finally found the grass after 2 big hits to center field. Found the grass, and now he is going to create some havoc on the base paths.
So Golden, right-hander, checks the runner. Now we get a good bunt by A.J. He'll be out on the first baseline. Now they throw down to second. Thomas slid back in, managed to make it back, but the sacrifice did advance him over. So 1 away for Camden Fairview.
I don't know. Thomas had that base.
Number 11, Logan Robertson.
Probably stolen. Hate to give that out away on a sacrifice, but it does put him in scoring position. Robertson, the chance to drive him in.
As the pitcher steps off, and now we got a balk call, so that's going to send Thomas down to third base anyway. So runner at third with just 1 out here in the 5th. Robertson waiting for the first pitch to him. Pops it up over foul territory, third base side, right over by the Crossett dugout. The third baseman makes the catch. Thomas faked like he was going to try to go for home, but Crossett was aware. Robertson is retired on the pop out. That'll bring up Gunner Branch with 2 outs. Runner only 90 feet away, a speedy runner at that. Trip O'Hara will move to the on-deck circle.
Third baseman, Gunner Branch.
Branch swings at the first pitch he sees, grounded to the third baseman. He fields it, fires it over in time. 5-3 will be the putout, and Camden Fairview will strand another runner in scoring position. Will send us to the top of the 6th. See if the Cardinals can hang on to this 2-0 lead. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on 95.3 FM and the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network.
Car dealerships are not the same. Hi, Jim Golden with Jim Golden Ford Lincoln in Camden. The difference is we consider our customers part of our family, and families take care of each other. There's no such thing as an unhappy customer when you do business with us. And if you have a problem, we have a problem, and we're going to fix it. That's just how we do business at Jim Golden Ford Lincoln. Come see what it's like to buy from family. I'm Jim Golden, and I'll guarantee you'll like it. Come see for yourself what we say at Jim Golden Ford Lincoln in Camden, where the dealer makes the difference.
Why do accidents happen fast, but claims move slow? If you're questioning your choices in auto coverage, get real answers from a real person with a Farm Bureau Insurance Get Real review. It's simple, quick, and tailored just for you. Get real auto, home, and life insurance. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
In Ouachita County, call 870-836-6491 to speak to a local agent.
Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company of Arkansas Incorporated. Southern Farm Bureau Casualty Insurance Company. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi.
Y95.
Back at Camden Yards, where Jeffrey Neal out for another inning of work. As we're ready to start the 6th inning, Cardinals lead 2-0. They've stranded some base runners in scoring position the last 2 innings with an opportunity to expand their lead.
Cardinals have 5 left on base over the course of the game. Crossett just 1. That was last inning. Need to mention real quick is the view on YouTube right now. That is our side cameras from right side, from first base side, third base side. Those sponsored by Harrison Carpet Cleaning. Harrison's got you covered from all corners at the house. If you need some cleaning, carpet cleaning, check them out. We thank them for sponsoring those cameras.
As Brock Wright steps in, lead things off for Crossett here, top of the 6th. Jeffrey Neal starts him off with a ball. Jalen Brown, the second baseman, due up next for Crossett. Next pitch is kind of over the head of Wright. He ducked down. Robertson able to catch it and does run the count to 2-0. Still a 0-0 tie over at the softball field as they're in the 4th inning now. Neal comes back, gets a ground ball past the third baseman. So Crossett has a leadoff runner to work with from their number 8 batter, and will now have the number 9 batter, Jalen Brown, coming up. Potential for a big inning for the Eagles here.
Just out of the reach of Branch. He dove for it, couldn't haul it in.
Now batting number 24, Jason Hicks.
New batter.
Jason Hicks coming to the plate. Pinch hitting for the second baseman, Jalen Brown. First pitch he sees from Neal is in low for a ball. One runner on, no out.
Gentlemen, is Jackson Hicks.
Jackson Hicks instead of Jason for Crossett. Neal, next pitch outside corner for a strike. Lost his hat, and not much the batter would have been able to do with that one at all. Evens the count up at 1-1. Jeffrey looking for another quality pitch, got it as it was low and away, strike 2 on a swing and a miss. Runs the count to 1-2. Runner on base gets a little bit of a lead. Tall, long-legged runner over there. Doesn't get the number on the pinch runner, but he's in running. And we got a swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 1 for Jeffrey Neal. with the batter at the plate will give the Cardinals their first out here in the top of the sixth and bring the leadoff man, Stetson Bishop, back to the plate. First baseman is 0 for 2 on the day with a pop-up back out to the pitcher mound and a strikeout back in the fourth. Neal now fires over to first, throws it past the first baseman. That will allow the courtesy runner to skip on down, not only at second, but all the way possibly to third. They throw over to make it close, and he is in safe.
Just the throw. Jeffrey took his left foot back and just threw without moving his lower half. And throw was short. O'Hara couldn't pick it over there. Such a wide area in the foul territory allowed that run to get over to third.
We do have some big foul territory here at Camden Yards. Often helps out with those pop outs. A lot of outs made between the baselines and the fence. First pitch in to Bishop is in for a ball. Second pitch comes in for a strike. Evens the count up at 1-1.
So the first big mistake defensively for the Cardinals, and Crossett's knocking on the door.
As Neal comes in with a pitch out wide for a ball, runs the count to 2-1. Coach Keith out of the dugout, telling Neal, hey, you got to come on and follow through. Next pitch outside for another ball, runs it to 3-1.
That was a good-looking pitch outside corner to the lefty. Did not get the call. Got to have a big pitch here.
Neal continues to work fast, gets a pop out on the next pitch, runs the count to 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up to the leadoff batter for Crossett in a big spot in this ball game. Crossett in danger of cutting this Cardinal lead in half. Next pitch inside for a ball. That's going to be a walk for the leadoff runner, or leadoff batter for Crossett. You figure he's got some speed. And now the Crossett coach, oh no, we got a trip to the mound by Troy Keith.
71 pitches for Neal. He has pitched a very nice game so far, but in a little bit of a jam here in the top half of the sixth inning. Line for the Eagles 0-3-1. The Cardinals 2-5-1. And we need to make some good defensive plays, good pitches here to try to get out of this one in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, Coach Keith is talking to everybody in the infield as much as he's talking to Neal, I think. So, like you said, emphasizing, hey, make sure you take a out where you can get it. First and third situation coming up for Crossett. Got to think that runner on first probably going to try to get over in scoring position as well. Being the leadoff batter, probably has some speed to him. And Jack Rice coming to the plate. Lefty versus lefty here. Neal checks the runner on first. They showed bunt. They do send the runner
got him
first,
and
they threw him out with a 2-6 throw out. Great job by Logan Robertson coming up firing on that one. He didn't get distracted by the bunt or anything, and the Cardinals retire a base runner and also get the second out of the inning.
Was it my eyes or was that a delayed throw? It was a delayed throw, as if he was, that's right, the runner held up, and so then he threw it and was able to get him out. That was a great play.
Ball 2 to the batter, strike 1 to the on the next pitch to the batter, runs the count to 2-1 as Jack Rice. Neal working extremely fast. Next pitch is low and away, almost in the dirt, and that's going to run the count to 3-1.
Robertson's played big in this inning. He stopped the ball 4 a while ago that would have allowed a run if it had gone to the backstop, and then that throw there.
And now Neal gets another swing and a miss. Runs it to 3-2. Full count payoff pitch with 2 outs coming. In this situation, runner on third. Here's the pitch. Long fly ball out to right field, but the fielder is right there with it and makes the catch. That's going to do it for Crossett. Little drama, little action going on, but the Cardinals will escape the sixth inning with their 2-0 lead intact. You're listening to Camden Fairview Baseball on 95.3 FM and the Cardinal Baseball Network on YouTube.
You're listening to Cardinal Sports on KCSL. Camden is Camden Jordan, brought to you by Fence
with their personal and business financial needs. For us, it's about celebrating the past and creating the future alongside you. As a Cleveland company in the business of banking, we care to know you. You'll find at Generations Bank, our strength lies in our committed and knowledgeable team. No matter your generation, we're here for you. Generations Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Silver Oaks Health and Rehabilitation is pleased to announce that staff was vaccinated for COVID-19 on December 29th. At Silver Oaks, the staff feels this is the next step toward protecting the elders. Silver Oaks encourages you to get vaccinated as soon as the vaccine is available for you. This is how we are going to beat this pandemic. At Silver Oaks, our elders are our family, and we strive to do everything we can to keep each and every one safe and healthy. Silver Oaks Health and Rehabilitation, 1875 Old Wire Road in Camden. Call 836-2669.
195.
Back at Camden Yards, where Trip O'Hara will lead things off for the Cardinals. He had a base hit back in the fourth inning and rounded out to the pitcher back in the second. First pitch to him comes in for a strike. Looked a little low and away, but gets the call nonetheless. It's Chase Golden back out for another inning of work for the Eagles. Jeffrey Neal due up next for the Cardinals. Golden, who hasn't pitched a bad game at all, fires another one in.
No, he's been very efficient as well. 57 pitches. I believe that was his 58th pitch right there. We're in the top of the sixth, so doing a really good job on the mound for the Eagles.
Evens the count up at 1-1. Next pitch about to be delivered. Curveball that curved a little too much, bounced off the ground, runs it to 2-1.
Tripp needs to get a hold of one here. He is due for a big shot.
So Golden peers over his glove, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Tripp pops one up, not going to get back too far. Shortstop calls everybody out. Good job of communicating with the Eagles is when the shortstop started calling for it, the pitcher and the third baseman peeled off like in formation. Let the shortstop take it all the way, and there's one out for the Cardinals here in the sixth inning.
The pitcher,
Cardinals would love to get some insurance runs here as Neal comes to the plate.
Neal's been on base twice, walked, and a single.
Kevin Fain moves to the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch to Neal. Pops it out foul. Puts him behind in the count.
Hey, get on time, dude. Let's go.
Nice crowd here for a beautiful day of baseball. I know it's kind of overcast, but still nice and warm. I think we've got cooler temperatures coming in later in the week. Cardinals and Lady Cardinals both at home on Thursday. As next pitch in, Neal goes for a ball, evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, I believe there's some chance for some severe weather tomorrow, so everybody stay safe. And cooler temperatures, even in the mid-50s for highs on Thursday and Friday.
As Golden comes to the plate once again, got a fly ball headed out to center field, and it's going to fall in between everybody. Found that middle ground right in between the center fielder and left fielder. Shortstop couldn't get back on it.
Number 20, A.J. Alsabrook, courtesy running.
Going to look
for the
like a
pitcher.
line drive in the scorebook, however, as Neal is on with a single, gives way to a courtesy runner, and that brings Kevin Fain to the plate
Now
for the Cardinals.
right fielder.
Jeffrey's really
Kevin Fain.
doing a good job at the plate. 2 for 2 with a walk now. Also Brooks at first for him. He's liable to take off on the first pitch.
And they'll throw over. Make sure also Brook doesn't get too much of a lead. Wouldn't mind seeing them throw it over to the first base fence. Give also Brook a chance to show some speed on the base paths. Lady Cardinals now have a 3-0 lead over on the softball field. They're playing the Crossett Lady Eagles. Pitch to the plate is high for a ball. Also, Brook takes off and is thrown out trying to steal second.
That's a great throw by the catcher.
Yep. 2-6 is the put out. Will give the Cardinals their second out of the inning.
Alsobrook didn't have the biggest lead over there. He didn't get a bad jump, but just a good job popping up. That was a fastball high. Catcher popped up, caught it, made a great throw down the second.
So now Golden comes back in with another pitch. I think that's going to run it to 2-0 or 3-0? 2-0. Michael Sewell due up next. For the Cardinals, who would love to add to this 2-0 lead, but they've got base paths clear at the moment. Fane fouls one off, runs the count to 2-1. Started to say Sewell's starting him a nice little collection of foul balls. So everybody's reset and ready to go once again. Here's the pitch outside for a ball, runs the count to 3-0. Fane's got odds on his side here. If you get somebody thrown out on the base pass, you almost always get a single out. That's how that works. I've been told. I think by some very frustrated baseball coaches. 3-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball down the first base side, goes foul. And that will run the count to 3-2. I didn't notice until now that Coach Troy and Scotty Carmody have swapped spots. Carmody over in the third base box now for the Cardinals. 3-2 pitch on the way. In for a ball. That'll be a walk for Kevin Fane. Good job working the count in his favor. That'll bring Michael Sewell to the plate. He had a hit back in the second, drove in the Cardinals' first run, struck out in the fourth. So a little good, little bad. Time for a little bit more good come this way. 1 on 2 outs for Sewell. First pitch is high for a ball. No wind blowing whatsoever, at least judging by the flags in the outfield. Richard Clardy moves to the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. Fane checks the pitcher. Now the pitcher comes home, fouled back by Sewell. Run the count to 1-1. And infield umpire actually fields the relay throw. I didn't think they were supposed to do that. I mean, I'm not trying to make a big case of it. I don't think Fane's not going.
It was a dead ball.
Okay. So pitcher checks the runner once again. Over his shoulder, here comes to the plate. Swing and a miss by Sewell. Run the count to 1-2, 2 away with 1 runner on. Cardinals would love an insurance run before we head to the top of the 7th. They've got 2 runs to work with, 2-run lead. But you can never have enough. It's Golden, checks the runner once again. Now we've got a pop-up, shallow outfield. Center fielder comes in and makes the catch. That young man has been played outstanding on defense all day long. Makes another catch for the Crossett Eagles, and that will do it for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 6th. We'll head to the top of the 7th. See if the Cardinals can finish this one off as they lead 2-0. You're listening to Cardinal Baseball on Y95 and the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network.
Superior Ford is just a hop away. The time and landing of home renovations is now. We invite you to stop by the showroom. Designs in flooring and custom cabinetry. Choose from laminate, wood, tile, or carpet with silk for any room or application. find ideas and solutions for any home project that's here in Camden.
Our dealerships are not the same. Hi, Jim Golden, Ford Lincoln in Camden. The difference is we consider our customers part of our family, and families take care of each other. There's no such thing as an unhappy customer when we do business with us. And if you have a problem, we have a problem we're going to fix it. That's just how we do business at Jim Golden Ford Lincoln. Come see what you like. I'm Jim Golden, and I'll guarantee you'll like it. Come see for yourself what we say at Jim Golden Ford Lincoln in Camden, where the dealer makes the difference.
Back at Camden Yards, where the Camden Fairview Cardinals could be 3 outs away, or are 3 outs away from sealing this one up.
Hey, we heard Jim Golden Ford Lincoln commercial just a second ago. Again, you're looking at the, if you're watching on YouTube, you've got the home plate cam. That's Jim Golden Ford Lincoln home plate cam. We thank them for their help and sponsorship with that camera. Trying to bring this game to you on YouTube.
Next pitch, first pitch, into Jackson Moore is outside for a ball.
Neal going the distance, or trying to anyway, Kelly.
Moore 0 for 2 on the day as the next pitch is in for a ball. Didn't miss the strike zone by much. Neal's been painting that outside corner for the right-handed batters most of the day. Moore's been a strikeout victim in his previous 2 at-bats. Mason Taunton and Chase Golden will follow him.
80th pitch right there for Neal, so really doing a great job tonight. He's kept Crossett off balance at the plate.
80th pitch went for a strike, runs the count to 2-1. Now we've got a base hit right in front of the center fielder, Thomas. Another one of those bloopers. Just went right into the no man's land. And Crossett's got a leadoff leadoff base runner to work with here in the top of the 7th. That's going to bring Taunton to the plate. Center fielder has played outstanding on defense. Struck out once, flew out to the shortstop in his previous at-bat. As Crossett has not turned the lineup over very much at all. And first pitch is in there for a strike to Taunton. Crossett looks like they've got speed on the base right now. Taunton certainly would provide more speed if he's able to get on, but Neal comes right back with another strike on the next pitch, puts him ahead in the count 0-2.
Yeah, they might have speed, but his lead is about 5 feet off the bag. They're not going to run against Robertson at this point. They've got to have base runners.
Next pitch is in just a little high, runs the count to 1-2, especially after Robertson's thrown out a couple. I think they're tired of challenging him on that.
They should be.
Neal checks the runner, comes back to the plate, gets a foul ball off to the right side. Keeps the count at 1-2.
Reminder, we'll be on the YouTube on Thursday against El Dorado conference, non-conference game. It will be right here at Camden Yards.
As Neal comes in, ground ball to third. Branch has it, goes over to second for the first out. They try to turn 2, throw the ball away over at first, but the runner falls down and now has to hustle back to first. So Cardinals get the leadoff runner in the whole process on the fielder's choice. Crossett still has a base runner on with 1 away. Here in the top of the 7th, Cardinals trying to hang on to a 2-0 lead.
Well, that was a good job by Logan Robertson to back up the throw to first base like a good catcher should do. Kept Taunton at first.
So Golden gets started off with a ball from counterpart Neal. Golden's gone all the way for the Eagles. Neal trying to finish off a complete game for the Cardinals. Checks the runner, here's the throw to the plate. It's low and in the dirt for ball 2. Jeffrey's pitch count getting up there a little bit. Looks like he's lost just a little bit of zip maybe. Trying to power his way through it. Got a strike on that one. Good looking pitch. Puts the count at 2-1. Winds picked up just a little bit, but not blowing out, blowing more left to right. Neal comes in with another one low for ball 3, runs the count to 3-1. So now Neal looks in, gets his sign, brings the pitch in for a strike. Golden started to be about halfway, looked over like he was fixing to throw his back towards the dugout. But that was a strike all the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Neal. Here's the pitch. Popped up, out to shallow center field. Thomas on the run, makes the catch, throws over to first, and got him. F8 was the first out on the fly out to center field, and they pick off the runner at first. 8-3 put out there, and that's going to do it. Camden Fairview will take a 2-0 victory over the Crossett Eagles. We'll step away for a quick timeout and come back after a few commercials. Give us time to rack up our final stats, and we'll be back on your home for Cardinal baseball, KCXY, Y95, 95.3 FM, and the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network.
Where do you turn to for advice? A spouse, a parent, a best friend? If your doctor isn't on your list, your health could be missing out. My name is Dr. Jericacia Smith. At First Choice Family Care, our concern is the health of your whole family. For a fresh approach to your health care, come see us at First Choice Family Care in Camden and see why we should be your first choice. Like us on Facebook and call 870-800-9002 for more information.
Don't let these challenging times keep you from making the best decision for your land and timber. Make sure you have faith and confidence in who represents you. Arkansas Pulpwood is that company. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7 through 8 says, "But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit." Call the experts today at Arkansas Pulpwood for all your forestry and management needs. No one knows timberland like Arkansas Pulpwood does, except for maybe Smokey the Bear.
Do you want to experience college in a small campus atmosphere? SAU Tech can provide you with exactly that. Campus housing, student life, new transfer, and career designs, NJCAA basketball and softball, choir, cheer, and the Tech Scholars Program are all options for you. Call today and schedule a tour. www.sautech.edu or call 870-574-4558. That's www.sautech.edu or call 870-574-4558.
Since 1978, Andy's Restaurants have been providing Arkansas with quality food and outstanding customer service. Locally owned and operated, Andy's is a fast food restaurant with that hometown feeling. Their famous breakfast menu is made up of fresh baked biscuits alongside cooked-to-order egg with your choice of juicy sausage, bacon, ham, chicken, or steak biscuit sandwiches. Andy's patrons are sure to satisfy their craving by enjoying a hearty breakfast, a classic combo, or a home-style barbecue or catfish dinner. Andy stands by its motto: quality food cooked fresh at prices you can afford.
What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle? A combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more. Because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve?
For all your insurance needs, call Nick Tupperville at 836-7880.
At Proctor Funeral Home, providing professional funeral services delivered with compassionate care for you and your family is our primary goal. You can be confident knowing that our experienced and compassionate staff is available every hour of every day, all year long. At Proctor Funeral Home, our mission is simple. Your feelings and wishes are our first and foremost concern. Proctor Funeral Home, serving Camden and the surrounding communities since 1868.
To rise is to increase, to grow, to reach a higher level. For over 100 years, Farmers Bank & Trust has been a staple partner in our communities, growing businesses and providing financial solutions to our friends and neighbors. We're excited for the future as we continue to grow and offer additional locations throughout southern Arkansas and northeast Texas. Farmers Bank and Trust, rising together. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Do you need a new pharmacy? Then let Morrison's help. Transferring your prescription is easy at Morrison's Pharmacy because they're not just a pharmacy, they're a family. 2 locations to serve you, so call today. 1286 Highway 4 Bypass in Camden. You can call 836-8132. Also located in the Washita Valley Family Clinic, 353 Cash Road. Call 836-2727. Drive-through available at both locations. Remember, transferring your prescription is easy, so come on over to Morrison's Pharmacy today.
95.
Back at Camden Yards, where the Cardinals take a 2-1 victory over the Crossett Eagles, improves Camden Fairview to 5-1 on the season, I do believe. Believe it knocks Crossett down to 2-4 overall. Crossett 1-2 in conference play, and Camden Fairview now 3-0. Jonathan, you got some final stats for everybody for the Cardinals?
Well, the winning pitcher was Jeffrey Neal. He goes 7 full innings, 4 hits, no runs, none earned, 2 walks, and 7 Ks. He now is 2-0 on the season and has 20 strikeouts on the season as well. Lowered his ERA to 1.75, so good job by the senior. He really pitched a heck of a ball game and just, had to fight through a couple of issues, had some really good defense, to get some outs on the base paths and keep Crossett off the board. So Jeffrey Neal is the winning pitcher. Losing pitcher is Chase Golden. He went 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. But the Cardinals, they win it. It's 2-0 is the final. 4 hits for the Eagles, 1 error, 2 left on base. Cardinals 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on base. Jeffrey Neal did pitch 92 total pitches, 60 of them were strikes. Chase Golden pitched a really good game.
Absolutely.
He pitched 73 pitches, 46 of those are strikes. Golden just had a couple of points where he gave up the triple to Alex Smith. He ended up, or to AJ Smith rather. He ended up scoring, and of course walked Neal back in the second inning. A stolen base by AJ Alsobrook got him around to third. We was able to bring him in. That was the difference in the ball game.
Absolutely. Like you said, not a bad game by Crossett. Early on, it looked like they were going to be shaky on defense. They made one misplay that didn't go down as an official error. They did have another error early on, but, Camden Fairview, looked like they had an opportunity to break the game open. They had runners at second and third, I believe in the fourth, and then they had another runner at third. The inning after that came up just short. Got to have the timely hitting. But the good news is Cardinals right there with the great defense and the rock-solid pitching. What about offensively for the Cardinals, John?
Again, hits, I don't have them marked out. I know Thomas had a single. Smith had a triple. O'Hara had a single. Neal had a single. Sewell had a single. That was a big drive to drive Alsobrook in back in the second inning. But 6 total hits on the day, and they were just able to the only downside was, like you said, left a couple runners at third in the 4th and 5th innings. Couldn't get them in. But overall, a good offensive game, good defensive game, and a good pitching performance by the Cardinals. All around, just a great game.
There you go. That's going to wrap up our radio coverage of Camden Fairview baseball here today on Y95. Would encourage everybody to stay tuned to the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network, however, as they will bring the JV game to you here in just a few minutes. I would suppose they're warming up for that right now. Also, hope that you will come back and listen to the Cardinal YouTube Sports Network on Thursday when they host El Dorado here at the baseball field. We'll actually, Radio Works Sports will be on the air on Fox Sports Camden 97.1 on Thursday for the softball game against Monticello. That's a conference game for the Lady Cardinals. Then the Cardinals will turn around and host Monticello here on Friday for their conference game, while the Lady Cardinals are on their way to Harrison for a big tournament over the weekend. So all kinds of baseball all over the place. And, of course, we'll have the Arkansas Razorbacks earlier that day. We'll have the high school baseball game on Y95 on Friday because the Razorback basketball team will play early on Friday in the NCAA tournament. 11:45, I believe, is when the tip-off for that is. And then we'll have Arkansas baseball, #1 ranked team in the nation, in action there. So, again, got games all over the place on 2 different stations, and, you know, it's a labor of love. We wouldn't be anywhere else doing anything. Matter of fact, some of these guys don't even get paid for their job like I do. So, hats off to Jonathan Wolf and the Camden Fairview Booster Club for bringing all these great games to you on YouTube, providing some video to go along with the audio. Radio Work Sports is just glad that they decided to include us into it. Anything you want to add there, partner?
Stay tuned. If you're on YouTube, we got the JV game coming up against Crossett in just a moment.
All right, that's going to wrap up coverage, radio coverage for us here on KCXY, Y95. Have a great night, everybody.
You've been listening to a special.
And as we mentioned, if you're on YouTube right now, you're still with us. Stay tuned. Guys have gotten out and warmed up, so it won't be long. We'll get this next game underway. But a big win for the Cardinals as they win their conference game against the Eagles 2-0. So Cardinals, again, they go 3-0 now in conference, 5-1 on the season. All around, just a great game. Boy, good job by Jeffrey Neal on the mound. He pitched a fantastic ball game. Defensively, had a double play, a couple caught stealing, and just all around, just a great game by the Cardinals. And we will see them again on the varsity team on Thursday night against El Dorado. But right now we got a JV squad game coming up. So stay with us. We're going to just keep it right here and you can check the field out. You're looking at the third base cam. We got the third and first base cams. They're brought to you by Harrison Carpet Cleaning. Go give them a call if you need some help. See my buddy Greg McHenry. He can surely do some cleaning. He has been doing it a long time with Harrison's, and go check them out if you need them. They're there for you. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Just stay with us, though. You've got the field on the view right now. It's a beautiful afternoon for baseball. JV coming up. Back at Camden Yards on a Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday evening now, 6:17 will be about time to start this next ball game, our JV game against the JV Eagles of Crossett, as our JV squad has taken the field. And looking right now, they are warming up. Richard Clardy, he is on the mound for the Cardinals tonight. He's going to pitch it to the Eagles. Cardinals won their opener, or the varsity game, 2-0 against the Eagles just a little while ago. A quick game, started at 4:30 and ended right about 6 o'clock. And so that was a pretty quick game. And, of course, with time changes last Saturday or last Sunday morning, we still got a lot of daylight, although the lights are on. And
third baseman,
we are ready to play some ball. Kelly Blair sitting beside me. We're going to do this JV game.
Appreciate y'all having me for the junior varsity portion of it.
Shortstop number 3, Grant Jeffers.
Absolutely. I guess, did the softball game end?
Jackson
There he is.
Bradshaw
He came up here.
base.
Come on, man. I told Jeffrey Neal, the winning pitcher in the varsity game, I told him to come up if he had a chance. Here he is. He's come up, talk to us, Jeff. Good game tonight, man.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, man, that was fantastic. You really worked hard, I know, and I was talking to your daddy a while ago, just talking about the work you put into preparing for this season, and really starting to come together. These last 2 games have looked great tonight, going all the way.
Yes, sir. Just a bunch of effort, attitude, like Coach said, be perfect. Work with his own, like I did. I did a scouting report on them a little bit. You know, they couldn't hit outside pitches real well, so I stayed outside tonight.
We noticed that in the game against Warren last week, you did a good job of staying on the outside corner. You kept getting that strike call on the outside corner. And like you said, again tonight, the same thing. Real quick, there's a leadoff batter is on with at least a double. He hit it right on the line behind first base. The right fielder, Alex White, fields it, throws it in, cut off by Jackson Bradshaw. He throws to third and just about gets him. But the leadoff batter is on in the JV game as he broke one right down the line. I think it brought up the chalk or the paint. I don't guess they use chalk anymore. But staying on the outside corner, like you said tonight, that was just a great job. You mixed up pitches well, and just a really good all-around game. But
sir, thank you.
Absolutely, we appreciate you coming up and talking with us. I know you'll have to go rest that arm. You got a little ice on it now, and get it ready for the next one, huh?
Yes, sir.
Good deal, Jeff. Thanks for coming and talking with us. Winning pitcher Jeffrey Neal. And we appreciate him coming up, taking a visit with us on this evening. First run is across the plate for the JV squad. Thanks, Jeff. Across on a pass ball. So I say it's was a wild pitch or pass ball. I wasn't watching at the time. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. I turned your mic down.
Yeah, probably. I'm with Morgan and probably wild pitch.
All right, so leadoff triple leads to a run. And the next batter, I don't have his name or his number at the moment. Number 2, as Richard Clardy deals ball 2. Where'd our scoreboard go? Next one is high, ball 3. Next one coming in. That's, well, I guess one was a strike. I missed that. I thought it was, that's 3-0 now. All right, I miscounted. So 3-0 to the batter, number 2. Clardy deals. There's a strike. Carson McKinney behind the plate. Daniel Bryan at first base. Jackson Bradshaw at second. We're third is Dylan Windley. Shortstops Grant Jeffers. A.J. Watson in left field, Kate Goldsmith in center field, and out in right field is Alex White. Number 2 takes a walk. So that puts runner on first base.
The batter is number 22, Blake Burford.
And that brings up the next batter, number 22. I'd have their lineup around somewhere, but I guess it disappeared.
Yeah, it's over in the PA announcer. Blake Buford up to the plate right now. Brady Rickman was the young man who just drew a walk.
There you go. Squares the bunt. Ball bounds into the ground in front of the plate. Goes over McKinney's head. Runner goes to second, and it is ball 1. Clardy spiked that one into the ground. Wasn't much McKinney could do on that. Again, reminder, JV games, 3 innings. They play 3 runs or 3 outs per half inning.
I was wondering if we were going 5 or 3-3-3 today.
Unless it's changed, unless they make it change when they're meeting up there, it's usually a 3-3-3. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Clardy. And Buford, did you say Buford?
Yes.
Buford swung right through it.
Blake Buford, a freshman.
So runner on second, no outs, 1 run across already. Next pitch is in, swing and a miss. Already settles in on the last 2 pitches. Pitching out of the stretch. He has his sign and he delivers. Little hit out to center field right over the shortstop Jeffers' head. He reached to try to catch it, just couldn't quite get there. That ball was hit off the end of the bat. Didn't have a whole lot on it, but it did have enough to get over Jeffers' head. And so that will bring up new batter Brock Wright.
Running for number 22. The batter is
Jeffers.
number 24,
That's not right.
Jackson Hicks.
Jackson Hicks is the batter. Brock Wright is the runner at first. So no outs, runners at first and second. There's a foul ball off the right side. Sunshine peeking through the clouds, bringing a little shadow across the field. It's been a beautiful afternoon for baseball.
On that last play, I think Jeffers might have had in mind if he could get up and snag that fly ball and make an out there. He was on his momentum was taking him to second, just out of his reach.
Swing and a pitch way high. Yeah, I agree that really was possibly what was on his mind. Did we get a final on the girls' game over there? It looks like the board's reset, so I'm assuming 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0 was the last thing we saw up there. In what looked like was a fast-moving game.
No doubt. It must have been a really fast game because they didn't start till 5, right?
Right. Anytime you got Haley Mondon on the mound, or in the circle, excuse me, not on the mound, but in the circle for softball, it's usually a fast-moving game. She struck out 20 against Taylor yesterday in a 10-inning game.
Wow. That's impressive. Good block by McKinney there, ball in the dirt. I knew she had a 17 strikeout game a couple games ago.
Got a 13-strike game already on the season, so that was Camden Fairview softball team's first loss of the year yesterday to the Taylor Tigers, 2-1 in 10 innings.
Here's the next one from Clardy. Can't get the call on the outside, or doesn't get the call on the outside corner. Count goes 3-2. So a leadoff triple. He scored on a wild pitch. Then we had a walk, had a bloop single over the shortstop. So we got runners at first and second, no outs. And Hicks batting. Here is the pitch. Outside just a little bit, and Hicks will walk to first base. So Clardy around the zone, just can't quite get the call there.
Number 21.
That will bring up number 21.
McElroy.
Ethan McElroy.
Ethan McElroy.
Another freshman.
They've got a pretty big squad. We played Watson Chapel last week. I think they had 14 guys on the whole squad. Looks like Crossett has 2 full squads, or at least almost 2 full squads. Coach Scott Carmody coming out to talk to his pitcher. Reminder, we'll be on the air on Thursday against El Dorado. And then that's here, of course, and then on Friday is the next conference game against Monticello. That'll be here. We'll have that on YouTube as well as on Y95.
Got to bump over to Y95 because we've got Arkansas Razorback baseball on Fox Sports Camden 97.1 after the basketball game earlier that day.
Colgate. Who you picked to win that one, Kelly?
I got the Razorbacks, but you know, some of the so-called experts from ESPN are saying it's going to be close, that Colgate's going to go out and try to run with the Hawks.
Williams going to be back this week?
Yes.
Thought so.
Saw something on Facebook where Coach was saying he is back.
That's good. Missed him. There's a drive out to left field. That is a fair ball, and that will score 2, and that will end up ending the inning. But a drive that just inside the line, left field. Will plate 2, that's 3. And they're not coming off. Maybe they're not playing 3 and 3. Maybe they did make a change.
With how fast the previous game went,
Very
they might have gone and said, hey, we got time, let's go 5. Blake Crane, a senior, comes to the plate here at the University.
There's a tapper back to the mound, gets under the glove. Jackson Bradshaw picks it up from second base position. He makes the play, throws him out at first, but a run does score. As Hicks, I believe, comes in to score. So that is the first out of the inning. 4 runs have crossed. Runner at third base now.
Michael Harris, sophomore, coming to the plate for the JV Eagles.
Michael Harris.
Number 5, Michael Harris.
So Clardy out of the windup. Another tapper back to the mound. He throws the first, makes the play. Bryan throws home, but not in time. And the runner is safe. So Clardy tried to check the runner back, or did check him back, but the runner went after Clardy turned to throw the first. So it was an effective ground out. So 5-0 now.
That'll bring Garrett White, another freshman, coming to the plate for Crossett.
Garrett White batting. And he hits one to the second baseman, Bradshaw, who makes a nice play to his left. Throws it over to Bryan at first, and that will end the top of the first. But Crossett, JV squad, puts 5 on the board. Cardinals going to bat in the bottom of the first. 5-0 Crossett. This is Camden Fairview Cardinals baseball.
Travel along, there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you win, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door, where blues won't haunt you anymore. Where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. We don't hesitate to break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today.
Bottom of the first here in the JV game. Cardinals trail 5-0. We're not real sure the agreed upon rules of this game. Most times we're playing 3 innings, 3 runs, and 3 outs. But obviously in the first one, that didn't happen. The first inning, the first half did not happen. 5 runs on the board. So this may be a 5-inning game. We did finish that first game pretty early. So started about 6:20. Quickly, Richard Clardy grounds one to third base. That ball's going to be thrown to the fence. Clardy's going to make it to second, and he will round second, and he's hustling to third. He's going to end up there. So where Crossett led things off with a triple, Cardinals will lead things off with a single and a 2-base error on the throw from the third baseman. And Clardy is on no out. That brings up
Now
Carson
batting the
McKinney.
catcher, number 7.
McKinney catching tonight.
Carson McKinney.
And McKinney steps in with a chance to drive a run in, try to recover a little bit that was lost at the top of the first. Right up at the pitch. He's going to hit McKinney in the numbers, and he will go to first base. The pitcher is, I think it's Hicks, 24. I remember his number correctly. Jackson Hicks. He is the pitcher. Colton DeWoody steps in. Runners at the corners. That pitch is high. Alex White is the runner at first base. He took over for McKinney, the catcher. And that ball is in the dirt to the backstop. Party comes in. White to second base. Cardinals get one back there. And there are no outs. Coach for Crossett wants to come out and have a visit. DeWoody. See, I don't remember what he did last night. Hit one to the bottom of the fence. Seems like he got hit by a pitch last night. No, that was a different game. Oh, but he goes down to visit with Coach Carmody. Now he's coming back. His Crossett coach is coming off the field. A.J. Alsobrook is on deck for the Cardinals. Right-handed pitcher Hicks. He looks at his cheat sheet. I do hope y'all understand I'm not implying they're cheating. Here's the pitch, high. We're just not sure what they're getting, what call they're, what number they're figuring their pitch out. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. He's not looking defensively at anything. He looks at his card and he gets on the mound. Here's the next one, inside, and DeWoody walks. So that brings up Alsobrook with
Number
runners
20,
at first and second, no outs.
Alsobrook.
White gets his lead. DeWoody first, pitches outside, ball one. 5-1 the score in the bottom of the first of this JV squad game. Here is the next one. High. Ball two. Alsobrook ran in the first inning a couple times for Jeffrey Neal. Stole a base, got caught stealing as well. Did score a run.
Nobody out.
He swings and drives one out to right field. Right fielder on the retreat. It's going to go over his head. And the runners were retreating back to their bases, so they will only be able to move up one base. That ball got high. The right fielder, the way he moved back on it, it looked as if he had it. And I don't think he intentionally was trying to deke out the runners, but it worked effectively because the runners both retreated back to their bases as if to tag. And then all of a sudden it got over his head, the right fielder's head. And
Number
so
22,
that puts
Daniel
runners
Bryan
on the bags at all three bases. And Daniel Bryan with a chance to drive some in. He watches ball outside. Bryan playing first base in this one. Cardinals gave up 5. There's a strike. Gave up 5 in the top of the first. They've gotten 1 back here, and their bases loaded with no outs, and Daniel Bryan at the plate. Here is the next one. Oh, that was a ball. I'm not sure where it missed. The catcher, did it bounce? Oh, okay. I saw the catcher stand up. I didn't realize it bounced. The 2-1 pitch is going to run inside. Go 3-1.
Daniel tried to stay there and take it off the bicep. Tried to stand his ground. Of course, you're required to make some kind of move, I suppose.
Here is the next one. That stays inside, and that is ball 4. And the Cardinals get another one back. Alex White, running from McKinney, he comes in. So now, freshman, as the coach for Crossett, wants to visit again with his pitcher, Landon Morgan. He's coming to play, freshman Landon Morgan, with a chance to drive another one in.
How much does it take to feed that old boy? Does he have his own refrigerator in his bedroom?
New pitcher coming in, number 7. He gets his, he gets to the mound, he gets the baseball and his card.
And his card, yeah.
And his card. Lefty pitcher on the mound.
There you go.
What's this young man's name, Kelly?
Who we got, number 7?
It's not Mickey Mantle.
Let's see here. Caden McCloy, McCloy, freshman, for the Crossett Eagles. My man Wolf is over here is going to start a constitutional amendment to outlaw all these play sheets that the guys have in their back pocket.
Oh, I don't care if they have them. Just kind of foreign to me, I guess. I mean, I've seen, you see catchers with wristbands, and they look over the dugout, whatever. He flips his wristband up. Okay, here's your pitch. Here's what I want you to throw. But I've not seen now I've seen defenders in the outfield who have a cheat sheet. They pull it out. If it's so hitter, he tends to hit it, opposite field, so I'm supposed to shade him that way. All that makes sense. I don't gather what the pitcher's getting there when, in the normal sense, traditionally you gather that information. If you want the pitcher to throw a pitch you're calling it from the dugout, you give it to the catcher relays it.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just different. I don't care that he has it. Don't make a difference to me. It didn't help in the first game.
No, it did not. I say that. I mean, we only scored 2 runs.
That's true. Maybe it did. Maybe if you didn't have that, it'd been a 10-0 game.
Hey, there you go. I mean,
Well, it's a 5-2 game right now on this JV squad game, first inning. No outs. Cardinals are trailing by 3 at the moment. Bases loaded.
It do make it very difficult to steal the signals when they use those cards. Not impossible, but a whole lot harder. I do know of a small school powerhouse in baseball.
Drive out to, it's going to stay on the infield. Second baseman's there. He makes the catch, and nobody's going to advance. Ball at first I thought was going to go a little deeper, but it's just right outside the dirt. Second baseman moves over, makes a great catch for the first out in the bottom of the first. Bases still loaded. Jackson Bradshaw coming to play.
Good job by that second baseman. I'm not trying to talk about anybody now, but that looks like an 8th grader out there.
He's not the tallest young man, but he made a great job.
I mean, even for junior high. He was right there, though, in command the whole way.
I understand what you're saying. Is strike one call on Bradshaw, the potential of stealing signs.
Well,
you're that worried? Your catcher can't hide the signs good.
Well, I've seen both sides of it. I've seen some old school coaches. I'll go back to Greg Harris, who was here at Camden Fairview for quite a few years. He had signs. You know, he gave the letters and the touch the nose and the pull on the ears, the cap bill, and all that kind of good stuff. And it used to just absolutely infuriate him when the players missed the signs. And for whatever reason, kids this age nowadays miss a bunch of signs. They just don't get it. I've seen other games with smaller schools where they, I saw a very old school coach. He'd pull a player out of the game. You missed the sign. You know, as soon as they got through running the bases, they came home. Hey, we're substituting for you. You missed the sign when you were at bat. You know?
Ball outside, 1-2 count on Bradshaw.
And so after a while, it just got to be a case of instead of trying to win the battle, let's just come up with something different.
Foul ball right now, out of play. Well, I mean, again, I don't necessarily have a problem. It's just different, but it's just funny to watch. So here he goes. He pulls his card out. So after every pitch, the pitcher does this. He figures out what it is. I don't know if he's getting a signal we can't hear. Now he gets into, he gets on the mound. He'll pitch here. 1-2 to Bradshaw. Bases loaded, 1 out. He's going to hit it out, find the grass out in left center field. That's going to get at least 2 home. Daniel Bryan going to stay at second, but a good piece of hitting, just getting the bat out there, putting the barrel on the ball and driving it into the grass in left center. And that's going to put the score 5-4. So the Cardinals answering back here at the bottom half of the first inning. Big hit by sophomore Jackson Bradshaw. Bases, or rather runners at first and second with 1 out. Dylan Windling coming to the plate to bat.
Good job by Bradshaw, too, not over-swinging, didn't get too carried away, just went right with it. Place it out there in the outfield, bring some runs in.
Here comes the first pitch to Windling outside. Windling playing third base tonight. He has done some pitching as well. Not tonight, but we're liable to see him. Here is a pitch. Ball hit in the air to shortstop in the grass. He makes the catch for the second out. And so that will bring up Grant Jeffers with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Trail by 1, 5-4.
Number 3, shortstop, Grant Jeffers.
Steps off. So do you look at the card again? He does.
You know, I started to say a second ago, I do know one small school powerhouse down here in South Arkansas, won multiple state championships. I can't say who it is. But they got to be very adept at stealing signs. They played the same teams a lot over and over, multiple times a year, multiple years in a row. And they had a system where if they had a runner on second base, if he steps off with his right foot first, the batter knew you got a fastball coming because the base runner on second had already looked at the catcher, signaling the pitcher what pitch to throw, and they were picking up on all those. Now, some people would call that cheating. Some people would call that gamesmanship.
They weren't beating a trash can, though.
No, they weren't beating a trash can. I knew you were going.
There's a drive out to left center field, right over the reach of the shortstop. Bryan is going to stop at third. Jackson Bradshaw decided to run. He's going to get back safely. Bryan was held up at third. And by Coach Carmody. Carmody's trying to tell Bradshaw, hey, I'm just holding him up. But the base is loaded again. Good piece of hitting by Jeffers. And that will bring up the freshman, A.J. Watson, left-hander.
Batting for the Cardinals, left fielder, A.J. Watson.
With a chance to tie this game up or give the Cardinals the lead. You know, we were questioning, as a ball high, we were questioning at a game we were at. I won't mention where we were. We were setting up our camera from behind the plate, and I had a gentleman standing there watching me. Finally, he asked what we were doing. I said, we're broadcasting the game. He wanted to know, ball in the dirt.
ball two. He wanted to know if, was that legal? AAA rules, can we do this? I said, as far as I know, we've talked to everybody we're supposed to.
All kinds of other teams are doing it.
He asked, so he said, are you, I said, who are you with? I said, well, I'm not with the TV station or radio station. I said, we're with the baseball team. Next pitch to Watson. He watches strike one on the outside corner. So then he says, but they're not going to be able to see this in the dugout. So now I know where he's coming from. And I said, oh no. I said, we're not the Astros. Anyway, I was just trying to break the ice, get him to laugh, Some of you may be Astro fans. Let's drive out to center field. Center fielder's underneath it, though, and does make the catch. Watson puts a drive into it. But the out is made, and that will end the bottom half of the first. But the Cardinals do get 4, get back within 1, 5-4 the score as we go to the top of the second JV squad game. You're listening to Camden Fairview Cardinals baseball.
Hey, you ain't getting the mitt no more. You ain't getting the mitt no more.
Camden yards in this JV squad game against the Crossett Eagles. 5-4. Crossett leading as we go to the top of the second. Varsity game went to the Cardinals 2-0. And the JV squad trying to come back after being down 5 after the first half of the first inning. But they've answered a little bit. Foul ball back to the fence.
Yet another freshman up to the plate for the Crossett Eagles. They got a heck of a team coming up over the next 3 years. If they all stick.
And that's a lot of it, too. Clardy is on the mound. He throws one high in the eyes of the young man that swings and misses. 0-2 count. What's this young man's name?
Cameron Muirhead. M-U-I-R.
There's a good-looking pitch. Just falls underneath the zone there, but a breaking pitch from Clardy. Thought he had him. Muirhead is still alive, 1-2. Foul ball back behind us here. Good crowd on hand tonight.
Outstanding crowd.
It's been a great last couple of days of weather for baseball. Rain coming tomorrow. We're hoping that it will not affect the Thursday, Friday games. There's the breaking pitch, freezes him, and a good-looking pitch from Clardy. Muirhead not happy about it. And it was in the upper part of the zone for sure, but just like I told
Number 12,
another young man last night, you got to go up there with an attitude to hit.
Absolutely.
Especially in a JV game. There's a strike. This umpire tonight, I'm not sure who he is, but he has been consistent with his calls. That's all you can ask for. There's a foul ball back. If his zone's a little wide, as long as he's calling it both sides.
Absolutely, and like you said, calling it consistently.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of umpires that have more of a parallelogram, on a low and outside pitch strike zone.
There he is, strike 3 outside corner. Clardy gets the next one too. No denying that one. That was a good-looking pitch.
But the key is consistency. Just call it the same way no matter what.
Morgan.
Foul ball back to the screen. Well, and two, this young man I was talking to said if you're watching the game, if you're paying attention to the game and you see he's consistently calling the outside corner, maybe just a little bit outside, but he's calling it, you better know that when you go to the plate.
Absolutely.
Pitch high.
And I've seen this umpire several times through the years, and he has always called that low and away pitch a strike.
Ball. 2-2.
Blake Morgan for Crossett at the plate. Yet another freshman.
There's a swing, and that will be strike two. 2-2. With 2 outs here. Clardy really pitching well here in the second inning after a rocky first inning. Here is the next one, stays inside. McKinney trying to frame that pitch. That pitch almost hit the batter, and quickly McKinney catches it and drops it over into the strike zone. Can't get the call. Here's the next one. Outside corner, strike 3. And that will end the inning. Clardy looking really good, really sharp at the top of the second. And no runs on the board. So the Cardinals bat in the bottom of the second, trailing 5-4. This is Camden Fairview Cardinals baseball.
Love is a burning thing.
Back at Camden Yards, bottom of the second inning, as Johnny Cash sings Ring of Fire outside. Cardinals trying to get this game tied back up or take the lead. 5 runs scored by Crossett at the top of the first. Cardinals answered with 4. Clardy came out dealing in the top of the second, struck out 3. And now the Cardinals bat in the bottom of the second. We don't know how many innings this. Well, I'll tell you what, just 1 second. We have no clue how many innings this game will go. Yeah, that's exactly right. We knew it was not a 3-3-3 situation because they scored 5. So we'll see. It might be a 5-inning game. Might be late to the lights go out. But the Cardinals looking to get back even here or take the lead. Cade Goldsmith, the center fielder, he stands in, swings at the first one he sees, strike 1.
Cade McCloy back out for another inning of work for the JV.
Here's the next one from McCloy. Swing. Down and outside. Goldsmith quickly in the hole 0-2. Blackburn is on deck. Back to the mound we go, and here is the pitch.
There you go. Yeah.
So next week, or rather, again, reminder, this rest of this week, El Dorado Thursday, Monticello Friday, that's all here. Then the Cardinals are off at spring break. They will not have a game until the next Friday, and that is, as we understand it, a varsity-only game at El Dorado.
kind of going from feasting to almost famine. I think it's important for ball clubs to play during spring break, though. I know everybody's ready for a break, not just from sports, but from school and everything. But oftentimes the best teams, the teams that don't lose anything, if they're not practicing over spring break, are the ones that play.
Strikeout on the outside corner. Big breaking pitch falls across the outside corner of the plate. Goldsmith goes down looking. And that is the first out of the second inning for the Cardinals. Brandon Blackburn.
Number 25, Brandon Blackburn.
He steps in. Swings and hits one to the right side. That ball is fair. Picked up by the first baseman. And the out is made. But a good job by Blackburn to put the bat on the ball. Good play by the first baseman as well. So now it's quickly 2 outs, and that brings up Jason
Number
Wolf,
23,
another freshman.
Jason Wolf.
Pretty good swing nonetheless, you know.
Floyd kicks and delivers. Pitch way outside, ball 1. Cardinals wore their red tops yesterday. Conference game today, they wore their white tops, red letters, white pants, red piping down the side. There's the strike call. Boy comes inside on the cloudy skies. There's a ball in the dirt. Tried to throw a little breaking pitch. Just fell off the side of the plate. Was not swinging. 2-1 our count. Here comes the next one. Swing and a foul ball out to the right side, just out of play. Just a little bit behind that one. Trying to get him back to the ball, though. It's good for these young guys to get some game experience. Try to learn how to deal with situations.
At bat, like you said, defensive situation. What's up, bro? Every pitch they do here, it's just investing into the future.
Outside corner strike 3. And Wolf goes down looking. So the Cardinals cannot get a run across. It's still 5-4 in favor of Crossett. We'll go to the top of the third. This is Camden Fairview Cardinals baseball. Top of the third, JV game, 5-4 in favor of Crossett. Clardy back on the mound. He throws his first pitch to number 23.
Bryce Bailey.
Try that again.
Bryce Bailey.
Try it one more time.
Bryce Bailey.
Just making sure we're working.
Yeah.
Bryce Bailey.
Softball.
Pitches outside, and it is ball 1. Next pitch inside to Bailey. Bailey, a left-hander. Pretty tall young man. Spins the bat in his hand, finds the angle he wants to swing. Ready.
big as a sophomore. I ain't seen him. Come on.
Good size. Where's his pants up around his knees? Stirrup socks showing. It's me and Boys Club baseball. Pitch, an outside corner strike, 3-1 the count.
I mean, Chipper Jones started out. He was wearing the high side. I call it high side.
Take a base.
After about 4 or 5 years, though, he dropped his pants down and covered up his shoes, just like
Yeah, just to say, that's the style, man.
Caden McCloy.
That was probably about the same time he moved from third base out to outfield.
McCloy, the pitcher, is at the plate now. Clardy pitches, bunt, put down to third base. Windling's going to try to make the throw over. He does not make a good throw, and the runners are going to advance. Ball is all the way out to the fence. Brian's there to pick it up, but runner's going to score. The ball comes into the infield, and McCloy ends up at third base on a bunt to third base. That was a very good bunt. He did a good job of controlling the head of the bat and just catching the ball. And once he got it down, he took off running. Left-handed batter, I don't know that Windling would have had him if he'd made a good throw.
Well, I thought Windling did a great job
Number
charging
2.
in, fielded it cleanly, came up
Brady
throwing. His
Richmond.
form looked good. Throw was just off. First baseman's got to knock that down. Even if he can't get the out, keep it from going to the fence and all the extra bases.
Strike on the outside corner of the next batter. But a run across, 6-4. Our score now, Crossett winning, or leading, rather. There's a ball hit high to the right side. That ball is going to stay in play. It stayed in play. Bradshaw tried to make the catch. He did not catch it. Runner's going to end up at third. McCloy's going to come in. So,
I think he's calling foul.
oh, he is calling foul. I thought he signaled fair. That's where I looked at him. Maybe I misread it. Looked like Bradshaw was right at the line when he tried to catch the ball. So from our angle, it was hard to see whether it was in play or foul. But the umpire is going to call a foul ball, and they'll do it again.
Lady Cardinals, I just confirmed, did win their game 3-0, their varsity game. Haley London had 13 strikeouts in the game.
That was a great pitch right there by Clardy. I'm sure.
Number 22, Blake Burford.
That was a great pitch that struck him out. I thought that was the second strike. But
they had the second strike up on the scoreboard, too.
There's a ball hit out to right field. Blackburn is out there. He is going to make the catch. And that will be the second out. Runner does come in, but Blackburn makes the catch out in right field. For the second out. So 7-4 is the score. They're trying to appeal whether the runner
24, Jackson Hicks.
left early. Umpire said, let's play ball. So Hicks comes to the plate, 2 runs across now. 2 outs.
Some teachable moments certainly coming up in this JV game. You know, a couple of these balls got out to the outfield, even some of the infielders going back on it. And there's another ball headed towards the outfield, but this one fall foul. One thing I've noticed is when the outfielders or the infielders field the ball way out in the outfield, they're just turning around and throwing the ball back into the middle of the diamond, really like towards the pitcher's mound. They're going to have to get their defense lined up, make some calls, try to make sure they know where they're going with the baseball. Their infield's got to help them out with that, with some communication.
Next one from Clardy, foul off the right side.
Tyler, watch out!
Next pitch from Clardy. Tap to the left side. That's going to go foul. 1-2 count. We are in the top of the third, 7-4. Crossett leading. Hicks comes back, grabs his bat, he's ready to go. Ball hit out and caught by Bradshaw, hit out to second base. He retreated back to the grass, made a good catch. Soft tap out that way. That will end the top half of the third, but Crossett does get a couple of more runs, so they increase their lead back to 3 at 7-4 as we go to the bottom of the third. Crossett leading. This is Camden Fairview Cardinals baseball. Bottom of the third, the Cardinals trail 7-4 the JV game against the Crossett Eagles.
Number 18, Alex White.
Brady Rickman is the new pitcher for Crossett. He will face Alex White. Oh, sorry.
Rickman, a junior right-hander, got a little giddy up on his
His delivery is pretty long. I mean, just the way he kind of gets his arm out, his leg kicks way out.
A lot of knees and elbows to look at it.
Oh, nice breaking pitch right there from Rickman. It's an 0-2 count. That was nice.
1-5-1.
Right, so he's looking at his card. He says, well, I threw a curveball there, so. He tried to throw that curveball again, and that is strike 3 on the inside corner. Maybe it's a statistical, maybe it's like the odds. I mean, it's like, okay, so the odds of this guy swinging on 0-2.
The batter is number 13, Richard
Clardy. Math geniuses out there.
Nah, I don't think they're running stats out there. I think it's just a straight play sheet.
Back to the top of the order, Richard Clardy. Watch him run the dirt inside.
They've got a scouting report on a junior varsity team from Camden, America. Color me impressed.
Strike outside corner. 7-4 the score. Under the lights here at Camden Yards, JV squad. Gave up 5 in the first. Strike 2. That had some big movement to it. Gave up 5 in the first, answered with 4 in the first. 0s on the board in the second, but in the third, Crossett scored 2. Next pitch to Clardy. He hits it back up the middle. Shortstop fields it, throws across to Diamond, and it gets away from the first baseman. Clardy's going to go to second, and he will be in there. Base hit, advance on the error of the first baseman. I say it was error on the first baseman. Was the throw low?
Yeah,
I was right by that pole is right in the way. I couldn't tell if he just missed it. The throw was a little low. I tell you, Clardy was hustling down the line. It was going to be a close play, but
batting for the Cardinals, number
quite
7,
possibly
Carson
caused
McKinney.
a rush throw by the shortstop. So a runner at first with 1 out. Carson McKinney batting. Was hit by a pitcher.
My pole's covering up the pitcher. I just wait for the ball to appear on the other side.
That ball hits the dirt, goes to the backstop. Clardy now stands 90 feet away.
Lady Cardinal JV team trying to battle back. They are within 3-1 in the second inning across the way.
Carson digs in, 1-0 pitch coming. And that's the second time he has been hit in the numbers on his back. And he goes to first base.
They got him right up there around the shoulder.
Well, you know, the worst part of it is if it hits the same spot, that's just, that hurts so bad. I mean, the first one hurts. If you get it here somewhere else, that's terrible, but you get it in the same spot. Jason had a bruise the other day from getting hit last week, and he'd come the next day and said, Dad, it's a different color now. It ended up being McKinney just about picked off first base. Ended up, it was covering most of the back, you know, the tricep area, and then it turned green. He's like, it's green. He said, it's going to fall off, man.
Yeah, we're going to have to take it off.
D. Woody at the plate. He's got runners at the corners. 1 out. Need to answer here, get a couple runs.
What was that pitcher for the California Angels with 1 hand?
Abbott, Jim Abbott.
Just going to have to turn into Jim Abbott. Going to have to remove that one.
Uh-oh, McKinney took off early. He is going to, though, allow the run to score. He's in a rundown. He is going to make it back to first. Oh, he rolls into first, but he is saved. Not the most elegant side. So he left early. The pitcher never did start his motion home, so he just steps off. Throws back to second base, or the shortstop. Well, when they started playing cat and mouse over there, Clardy comes in to score.
At first and third, you don't think that was a called play?
It possibly was, but then, and I think he was going to go.
With 1 out, I don't think they probably wasn't called.
I think he was going to go to second, but I just don't think he was supposed to go that early.
Right. Well, good job tackling first base bag on his way back in, though. Made sure he was safe.
Now he goes. And a tapper back over towards third. The pitcher fields it. Oh, he sits down on the ground. And Carson's about to get picked off again. Ball. So the ball is tapped towards third base. The pitcher comes off the mound, As he goes to field it, his feet come out underneath him. He sits down on the grass. And he sits there and doesn't move. So Carson decides to go to second, or go to third, rather. And they yell at the pitcher. He finally gets up to throw. It makes it back to second. But now it's first and second. 1 out. A.J. Alsobrook, he had a long single. There's a hit to the second baseman. It's fielded. He throws the first, not in time. That speed by Alsobrook gets an infield single. And it is now bases loaded with Daniel Bryan at the plate. He was up with the bases loaded earlier. Alsobrook so quick out of the box.
Number 22, Daniel Bryan.
Uh-oh, see, okay, so here's an instance. The pitcher is on the mound with his card, but he doesn't know what he's supposed to look at. He's looking at the dugout. And he's, what am I doing? He figures it out, I guess, and gets on the mound and throws a pitch, and Bryan pops it up behind third base. Third baseman retreating, shortstop there. Third baseman does make the catch for the second out. And so that brings up Landon Morgan. Morgan popped out to the second baseman earlier. Got to get one in the grass. At least get a couple of these runs, or at least get 2 runs and tie this thing up.
Now batting,
McKinney on third, D. Woody on second,
Morgan.
A.J. Alsobrook on first. 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Rick. In the dirt. Coming home is McKinney. He is going to, doesn't slide in, but he is safe. Just barely makes the plate before the pitcher tags him. So it's a 7-6 run, a 7-6 game right now. Tying run on third. Boyd run on second with Alsobrook. So a base hit in the grass. Alsobrook's going to score, or at least he's going to try.